People look at me weird when I say that a horde mode is unique. Why is this specific horde mode unique when there are so many other fish in the sea like Gears of War or Left 4 Dead, so to speak? Well, buckle up, because I'm gonna tell you why. Now listen here, some employees, they were making their annual Call of Duty game, 5th game in a row. They got tired, they got bored, alright? The employees that were there, they worked on the same shift for 5 years in a row. Shit gets to you. So what did they do? They create their own little game using the assets from the game that they were actually developing, but we don't really talk about that. So this game is basically a mini survival game. You start out in a shanky ass map with a shanky ass pistol. You try to survive as long as you can. That was the main point of it all. They made this in their free time, and whenever they were bored, they played this, just to kill time. But the thing is, the higher up executives right at the top of the pyramid scheme, they saw the game mode that these employees developed in their own free time, and they said, hey, what the fuck is this? The employees were like, I may or may not have used your own assets to develop this game of my own. Please don't sue me. I have a family, I got a wife and 5 kids. Please gotta feed them somehow. Don't fire me, please. But the higher ups, they weren't thinking of how they made the game or why they made the game. They were just thinking one thing: I can milk you. So at the time, they said, hey, take this piece of shit, polish it up a little, put this into the main game. Now the employees are like, what the fuck, man? That's epic, dude. Oh my god, dude. They said, hey, don't put this in the main menu where everyone can have access to it right from the get-go. Don't do that. Put it into the corner of the world at war disk. Why? Because they thought that it would be too controversial. They thought it would be tasteless, because the whole shtick of it is that the soldiers that you kill in the main campaign, the soldiers that fought in World War II, they turn into zombies and you kill them over and over again. That's the whole shtick of it. It's a bit tasteless, or at least that's what they thought. See, the only way to play this game mode is by completing the campaign. After you complete the campaign, you plant the Russian flag in Berlin. You spawn in Nocturne Tone, the first chronological zombies map ever. God bless the first person to actually beat the game, because he's the first person that spawned in here. He didn't even know it was a thing. Okay, so needless to say, shit blew up. People are saying that if you beat the Call of Duty campaign, you literally go to hell. You go down to hell. That's how bad the rumors got. So people got up and they completed the campaign. They completed the story just to see what the talk was about, what they discovered. They loved it. It was extremely fun to them at the time. Thing is, modern zombies, training zombies, all the shit that we've been spoiled by in the modern times, they didn't have that shit. Back in the day, what they had to do to survive was unbelievable. Only thing they knew was you spawn in the map, you use your child support money to gamble on the mystery box just to get the best weapon of all time, the ray gun. You go to a corner and you camp there like a little bitch. Keep shooting zombies until you either die there or you run out of ammo and then die. That was it. That was the whole gameplay loop at the time, and they loved it. Those suckers, they loved it. Surviving even 5 rounds was such an achievement back then. If you reached round 5, people would think that you're the messiah. It got so bad that people started spreading rumors that if you reach round 50, a zombie Hitler would spawn in the map and peg you. That's how bad it got, man. Now, Zombies, over the course of its lifetime, had 2 main directors, Jimmy Zielinski and Jason Blundell. Now, if this guy's your average Joe, this guy is Hideo Kojima. Right now we got Jimmy holding the ropes. Now each DLC pack usually contains 4 multiplayer maps, right? Now they thought, hey, why don't we add a singular zombie map along with those multiplayer maps in each DLC, just to see how well it will go. Well, needless to say, people loved it. Hell, it was expensive, man. What was it, $10? Adjusting for inflation, it's like $1 billion in today's money. But like, hey, don't ask me. I'm not a geopolitician, alright? What the fuck is even a geopolitician? I don't know. Now, it would be bad if you had multiple zombies maps with the same gameplay loop. Imagine spawning into a map, getting a good gun, shooting zombies and dying over and over again. That is the definition of insanity. Well, they added Coca-Cola. See, the main thing about Zombies in Nocturne Tone was that it was too difficult. It was just too easy to die. You take 2 hits, you die. Your gun's reload speed is just too slow. Your gun's fire rate is just too slow. Your brain is just too slow. That's fucking relatable, man. Worst of all, you have only 1 life. That's the bottom line. You have a single life. So they addressed all of this except the part where your brain is slow. They added vending machines. or more specifically Perca-Colas. You have 4 machines: Juggernog, iconic; Speed Cola, iconic; Double Tap, fuck out of here; Quick Arrive, iconic. What did Juggernog do? It raised the amount of hits you take before you die. So you don't take 2 hits and die now. You take 6 hits and then die. So it's tripled. What did Speed Cola do? Your reload speed is twice as fast. What did Double Tap do? Your gun's fire rate is twice as fast. And what did Quick Arrive do? Well, it gave you 3 extra lives. That's it, flat out. So with all of this in mind, you'd think that, hey, it's way too overpowered, get all of these 4 perks, or 3 actually, fucking leave Double Tap and you're invincible. But hey, that is still not the case. Zombies is difficult. So the map itself, it was just a copy paste of an existing multiplayer map with some changes added into it. Many people don't care about this, but I love it personally. What they did was they created a song for each and every Zombies map onwards. You call it an Easter egg song, and the way you activate it in this map is you flush 3 toilets, and one of the most iconic zombie songs of all time ends up playing, Lullaby of a Dead Man. I reviewed all of them bitches in a video before. Go check that video out or I will beat your child. Again, all around, people loved it. Come next DLC, another map ends up releasing. Completely original this time, no copy paste, or at least not that I know of. The twist in this map is that, hey, you got hellhounds, you got dogs. Before this, whenever your gun's ammo ran out, you had to wait to kill a zombie that would eventually come that would hold a max ammo that you so desperately need because you're low on ammo, or you're even out ammo. That is completely random, RNG. There's no telling which zombie will drop it. There's no telling when that zombie comes. It's completely random, so it's bad, simply put. So what they did was they added a special round, a round that would occur every 5 to 7 normal rounds. That special round is called a dog's round. Now this round is a very short round, and instead of zombies coming in to bust your ass, it's gonna be dogs. You kill all these dogs and you're gonna get a guaranteed max ammo. Well, needless to say, man, people goddamn loved it. I don't know what to tell you, man. Come next DLC pack, this is gonna finish off the era of innovations. What's the new twist this time, you may ask? You turn on 3 teleporters and you complete a Gran Turismo time trial and you unlock a machine. And it's not just any machine, it's a special machine. See, one of the biggest complaints about Zombies as a game mode until then was that, hey, your weapon after round 10 becomes a pea shooter. Your epic Chad gamer ray gun turns into half a Springfield by the time it's round 10. And that's what bothers so many people. It lowers your chance of survival. So they introduced this machine called the Pack-a-Punch, in which you can stick your weapon in, so you can turn your epic Chad gamer ray gun into a full Springfield instead of half a Springfield. Needless to frickin' say, people loved it. Now the era of innovation is over, so get ready for some dumb shit from here on out. The next game ends up releasing Black Ops 1. So Zombies by this point, it has blown up significantly so. So Activision, they didn't just put zombies onto the corner of the world that war does. No, they put it a little bit off center. It was getting as big as multiplayer, and that's a big deal. Now the map that, in my opinion, truly blew up Zombies as an iconic game mode was Kino der Toten, the main map of Black Ops 1. In terms of innovations, there's not much innovation in this map. It's just a basic 3-lane map, yet people find it really fun. Hell, I found it fun, and I still do. The other map that you had on disc was 5. Now, unlike the simple, easygoing aspect of Kino der Toten, 5 was difficult. It was hard, dude. 5 actually had some innovation, had the Pentagon Thief. It was no fun innovation. It was an annoyance, really. Every couple rounds, you get the Pentagon Thief coming around, and this bitch is the doctor from Back to the Future. He comes around, takes your weapon off your hands, and runs away like a little bitch. And you gotta kill him before he gets to the final teleport. Now, it's simply put, it's a goose chase that you have to end up partaking in. Otherwise, he's gonna take your epic gamer Chad ray gun and run off with it, and it'll never see the light of day again. I don't know what he does with the ray gun, but hey, a man's sexuality is his sexuality. We don't question that in 2020. The third map on disc was Dead Ops Arcade. It wasn't even a map. That's a true innovation in my eyes. It wasn't a map, it was an arcade type of zombies map, I guess. And this was a top-down zombies mode. The whole shtick of it was that it's an arcade game. It was fun. It got way too difficult towards the 20th wave, I guess. God bless the people who actually completed and killed Harambe. Did I really make that joke in 2020? So the first DLC rolls around with the map, Ascension, and it's just as you expect. It's about the same, really. Now, by the way, it's all gimmicks from this map onwards. There's no true innovations until way later. Now, the gimmick for this map is probably the Space Monkey. Now, instead of a dog's round, you got a Limonki round. Every 5 to 7 rounds, you're gonna have a special round in which Limonki comes in, and what these monkeys do is that they hump your perk machines. Okay, so let's say you bought Juggernog, right? You have it in your perk slot, so they're gonna go to that Juggernog machine and they're gonna hump it, and after 30 seconds of them humping it, your Juggernog is gonna go away. They can steal it that way, and the only way to prevent it is to kill them before they hump it, or to kill them while they're humping it, you know, catch a man red-handed, as they say. So if you kill all of them, get a max ammo. But the thing is, if you kill them all before they even get to hump a perk machine, if you cock block them, so to speak, you're gonna get a free perk along with the max ammo. Cool twist, honestly. You can get more than 4 perks this way, because 4 perks, that's your cap. You can't get more than 4 perks, and this was the first map that introduced more than 4 perks. It introduced 2 perks, PhD Flopper and Stamina Up. Now, Stamina Up is a king, right? Stamina Up is underdog, alright? This is the beating heart of every zombie player's, fucking, I don't know the words, okay? But you get me, it's the king, okay? It's the underdog. But PhD is what the people loved. Why? Because, oh, you dolphin dive and it explodes. Ooga booga, I love explosions. Shut the fuck up, dude. Nobody cares about PhD, dude. Nobody cares that you dolphin dive and you nuke the zombies. Nobody cares, dude. Shut up. The other effect of PhD was, hey, you can't take explosion damage and you can't take fall damage. And that's probably what people liked and not the explosion. But in the way I see it is that people saw the dolphin dive explosion thing and they thought it was epic, they thought it was that's epic, dude. That's fun. So how many times will you dolphin dive off the staircase in the main area of the map, this specific staircase, and keep on blowing yourself up? How many times will you do that before it gets old? Or that's right, you're gonna do that 0 times because it's not fun. Shut up, garbage perk, dude. Now, Stamina Up actually addressed a very big complaint about zombies, that your player's sprinting speed is way too slow, the sprinting timeout is way too short. People don't like when their physical speed is as slow as their mental speed, and I, for one, agree to that. I don't like it when my physical speed is as slow as my mental speed, and that's so, man, I'll tell you that. So what the perk did was it probably made your sprinting speed twice as fast or something. It's almost no timeout, so it's just overpowered, honestly. It's probably my favorite perk of all time. And so that's that. They introduced new shit, sure, they introduced new perks. It's nothing much, the gameplay loop is still the same. People started to see through that. Come next DLC, the gimmick is that you got George Romero. Okay, this is funny to me, okay? You got the father of zombies as a concept. Roams around the map, he's invincible, if you shoot him even once, he's gonna rage, he's gonna get an influx of testosterone, and he's gonna beat your ass with the director's camera that he holds in his hands. It's brutal, okay? Let me tell you that. Let me just make that clear, it's brutal. But you can actually kill him, although it takes the entire arsenal of the United States military to actually kill him. And after you waste all those billions of bullets, you finally kill him, right? And you get a Wonder Off, except that it's limited. It's fucking limited. And people love this shit. I don't know why people love this shit. People think that, hey, you get a Wonder Off power up, that's epic. That's not really. It's not. It's temporary. It's limited. It goes away in 20 seconds. What's the point? I wasted so many bullets for this. And the worst part, George comes back literally the next round. What's the point? He comes back, so you have to waste another billion bullets to get rid of him. What is the point? I don't get it. Garbage gimmick, but hey, there's a new perk of cola, I guess. Deadshot Daiquiri, fucking garbage perk. In reality, it's literally useless on PC. Why? It makes it so that whenever you press LT on your controller, your aim assist doesn't lock onto the zombie's chest, but instead locks onto the zombie's head, so you get easier headshots. Except this perk is completely useless on PC, because on PC you don't have aim assist. So it literally does nothing. But hey, you know, you come next map, Shangri-La, you literally have nothing. It's the least played zombies map of all time. It's garbage. People love this map now, but they shouldn't. That's all I'm saying. You know, the gimmick of this map is that they're monkeys. Oh, didn't we already have that? Oh, yeah, we did. Except this time, they don't steal your perks. They steal your power-ups. And they don't come every couple rounds. They come every round. Max ammo drops and you're bled to death and you have no ammo. Well, watch out for those monkeys that you can't even kill because you don't have any ammo. They're gonna take away your max ammo and run away like little bitches. Your max ammo will change into a carpenter before you can even blink. Shitty innovations, dude. Now the biggest gimmick of them all, low gravity. Who thought that this would be a great thing to add into zombies? It actually was pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, I'm one of those people that actually like Moon as a map. Yep, the 4th DLC. It did not have 4 multiplayer maps and 1 zombies map as done before, no. You got 5 zombies maps. 4 of them are remasters. Each of the zombies maps in World at War, they were remastered. And you got a new map that takes place on the fucking moon. I don't know how, but hey, you know, this map was actually cool. You just don't at me saying that it's trash. I'll block you, dude. I'll report you to the Twitch staff. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna take my side because I'm a gamer girl, dude. I'm an epic gamer girl, dude. I will throw my cat into the air if that's what it takes. Now, most of the modern zombie strategies, you know, I said before that they didn't exist around 2008, but by now they have been invented. For example, the training method was invented by now. What is the training method? Well, it's a method that takes advantage of the fact that only 24 zombies at a time can spawn into the map. So what the training method is that you take those 24 zombies after they all spawn in and you group them up and you go in circles and you use the one weapon in the map to kill them all in very few shots. So it saves a lot of ammo, it saves time, and it's overall the most used zombie strategy since the dawn of time. Who invented it? I am pretty sure it's the Syndicate Project, but again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. He called it a rape train. I don't know why it's called a rape train, but you know, guy got some taste, I guess. I don't judge. Again, this is no judgment zone. It's 2020. If you got some kinks, bro, you know, respect, brother. That's all I'm saying. But the thing about training zombies is that you go in circles for hours and hours in the same area of the map. So what did Treyarch do to combat this? Well, they added in excavators as a gimmick of the map. Well, one of the gimmicks, the other gimmick is that you can't fucking breathe because it's the moon, so you need to wear an astronaut suit every time you're outdoors. Oh, not to mention the low gravity, which is a pain in the ass to deal with. Let's talk about the excavators. There are 3 excavators on the map, and they're these huge drill-looking things, alright? They literally excavate ground to make way for mines or some shit. I don't know what they do in real life, okay? Shut the fuck up. Now, in this map, what happens is that after you turn on the power to get perks and stuff, every couple rounds or so, you're gonna get this voice in the PA. So when Excavator Oxalon comes to fuck your shit up in the biodome, it's gonna drill the shit out of the biodome, so the area is gonna get decompressed. So first of all, you lose oxygen. So you gotta wear the astronaut suit in there as well, even though it's an indoors area. And due to the decompression, you lose gravity. So it makes it infinitely harder to train in there, because, well, just try training in low gravity zones. So you're thinking, hey, how do I prevent this from happening? Well, when the voice announces that Excavator Oxalon, Excavator Pi, whatever excavator that's gonna come up to fuck your shit up, you know, when the voice announces that, you go to the spawn area, right? And you take the hacker device. Then the hacker device can hack anything on the map. It's as it sounds, you know, it hacks anything. It hacks literally anything. It'll hack your mom, it'll hack your dad, doesn't matter. You take this hacker device, you go to the spawn area, and there are gonna be 3 control panels, right? Each control panel controls its own excavator. Now let's say this control panel controls the excavator ox lawn which drills into biodome. You know, you hack the shit when it's green, when it's active, and the voice announces that this specific excavator is gonna fuck your shit up. You hack this control panel to make it go the fuck back. That's how you prevent this. Thing is, you gotta do this every couple rounds, and this only happens at the beginning of each round. So technically, you know, it's round 50, you got a billion zombies on your back, and you gotta go to the spawn area and you gotta hack this shit while standing still for 15 seconds, because that's how long it takes to hack a control panel. And you gotta try not to get killed. That's a main challenge. It's an annoyance for sure, but I like it. To be honest, I don't really like it, but you know, it's something new. It's a twist on the gameplay loop that we already have by this point. Now, one of the main things that makes Zombies unique is obviously the story. Wait, which story, you say? Well, around World at War, you know, they laid the foundation for, as an answer to why are there zombies? Why are we fighting zombies? They laid a foundation to answer that. And the basic answer at the time was that, hey, it's just human experimentation by the Nazis. The current explanation for that is, well, you know, you fight demigods in multiverses and you gotta travel between dimensions. You go forwards in time, backwards in time, you change shit in the past to make shit happen in the future. You go to this one specific dimension, dimension 61, there are a billion of these dimensions, but no, fuck all of them. We're just gonna care about this specific dimension because, hey, this dimension does not have zombies in it, so we're gonna make it as perfect as possible. Why? There are two demigods, okay? One of them's the good guy and one of them's the bad guy. But, you know, we find out later that, you know, all of them are bad and we're fucked as a species and humans are a mistake. And you're thinking, how did we get from experimentation on humans to this? Well, I told you, it's because of British Hideo Kojima. Now, the story was laid out in radios, little devices in each and every map that you could activate, and you could hear plot and dialogue from them in audio form. Well, that changed with Ascension. From Ascension, what the usual Easter egg quest is that you help out an NPC, he guides you in the map, and you do shit in the map to get a reward. That's how it usually was in the beginning. And let me say that these quests are no small thing. Let me just show you this clip of what happens in the Easter egg quest for Moon, just to show you how big this gets. You blow up the fucking Earth. I don't need to say anymore. And the thing is, this is not even as ridiculous as it gets. You know, it gets even bigger and it gets even better. Now, Black Ops 1 is over. People are waiting for the next iteration of zombies. People are questioning that, hey, are they even gonna continue zombies? Well, after a long drought, Black Ops 2 comes around. It is a fucking disaster. Let me tell you how much of a disaster this was. First of all, my man Jimmy added more shit in. Too much shit in. Far more than people could actually handle. First of all, the ambition for the on-disc map for Black Ops 2 Transit was that, hey, it's the biggest zombies map ever. That in and of itself, you know, kind of goes against the simplicity vibe of zombies as a game would, but we'll leave that aside. Transit comes around and it's way too big. First of all, I'm not gonna get into how bad this map is. It's been said 1,000 times over. I got a review on this map and why I think this map is utter shit. But first of all, you can't see shit and the map's too big. It's not fun. That's all you need to know, really. But one of the main things that this map did was that it introduced a thing called buildables. Something that would be a gimmick that would actually be used in each and every single map onwards. Well, one of the buildables is going to be used outside of Black Ops 2, but all of them are going to be used in every single map in Black Ops 2. Well, let's say these buildables are little machines you can build using parts that you find in the map. Sounds cool, it's something new. These machines, they help you survive a little bit easier. A lot of them are fucking... I despise some of them, really. But some of them are pretty good. And there's one specific buildable that is vital to survival now. The right shield is going to be used in every single zombies game from Black Ops 2 onwards. I don't think anyone in humanity even liked transit. You know, when I was a kid, my first impressions when I played this map was that I saw the bus and I went giddy. I went berserk, dude. At the time, I got really happy when I saw a car in the game. I don't know how to explain it to you, but that's just how I was. You know, if there was a car in one game, then that game would be my favorite game of all time. That's just how it was with me. And if you could control that car, if you could drive that car, then that game would have been created by God in my eyes. So when I saw the bus, when I was a kid, I thought, oh man, this shit is epic. Cars and zombies, that's a whole other level. But now I see the bus and I spit on it. I piss on it.
Dick, that's your fucking job. Inside your mouth. Stick. You suck too much dick. How many dick did you suck last night? How many people did you fuck last night?
I wish that the bus drove into a ditch and never drove again. I see Ted and I piss on him.
Your privileges have been.
Shut the fuck up! Needless to say, no one really liked transit. I got over the whole bus thing in a day, pretty much. I thought the map was garbage eventually. No one liked the map. I rest my case. What they did like was a portion of the map. See, one of the things Black Ops 2 did was that you only had one map on disc, but it had 3 portions. One was the whole map, complete transit. One was farm, the best zombies experience to date in my opinion. Great colors, great atmosphere, so much fun. And the other portion was town, which everyone played. It was a small area of transit and it had Pack-a-Punch in it, and it had all the perks in it. To be fair, I think that's the true map of Black Ops 2. It was fun, it was simple, it had that Kino vibe going on. It was just what the people played. They didn't play the main map. They didn't play anything else, they just played that. And I respect them for it. I understand why they did that. Now, they could have fixed all the blowback that they got from transit in the DLC season, but I'm afraid that they did not do that in DLC 1 anyway. I'm sorry, Johnny J, but Die Rise, man. Donkey Piss is probably better than Die Rise. It's so bad that I'm not even gonna review this map. I'm gonna skip the Nuketown review and the Die Rise review just because I don't want to play this map ever again. Last time I played this map, man, I got COVID. I got infected, dude.
But I guess I gotta go donate to the Bernie girl. Oh no.
A zombies map taking place in China, man, that's a yikes, dude. That's a Reddit moment. Big Chungus 100. Free Hong Kong 2020. But nonetheless, you know, I respect the hustle, dude. I respect the movement. Remastered Die Rise, dude, I respect it. I'm gonna take part in it. Probably the biggest political movement of 2020.
Nocturne Toten, Verrucht, Shinonuma, Doriz, Kinder Toten, 5, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Moon, Origins, and Mob of the Dead. These are all of the maps that Treyarch has either re-released, or reimagined, or remastered. Disappointingly, there's one notable exception from that list.
I'm gonna donate to the movement of placing a billboard saying remastered Die Rise right next to Treyarch's office. I'm gonna donate a whole cent, dude. That's a huge amount in my financial situation. But why is this map bad? Well, there's literally nothing good about it. You know when you open the BO3 Steam Workshop page and you find this test map with work in progress written beside it? That test map is probably better than Die Rise, and that's saying something. I'm not even gonna get into why I hate this map. It's just, it's been said a billion times over. It's bad. It's bad, dude. I don't know what to tell. When I went back to record footage for Die Rise, I noticed that, hey, this map is actually not that bad. Or actually, it would not be bad if it had one thing, PhD Flopper. PhD Flopper is the perfect perk for this map. Now, it's been said a billion times before that, hey, if you had PhD, Die Rise would be a decent map, but I truly did not get it until I went back and played this map actually 5 minutes ago and recorded footage for it. I did not truly get how true that statement actually is. Now the thing is, Treyarch knows that PhD is the perfect perk for this. Why is it the perfect perk at all? It's because You may remember on how it makes you immune to fall damage. Now, that rise is just a fucking vertical map. It takes place on a skyscraper. There are so many floors in the map that you can actually fall from and die. Now, 9 out of 10 times I played this map, that is if I even play this map 10 times consecutively, 9 out of 10 times I would not die due to zombies. I would die due to fall damage. Now, if I had PhD, that would not be the case, but hey, you know, you don't have PhD at all in Black Ops 2. And Treyarch, they know that PhD Flopper is the perfect perk for this map. Now, those sadist motherfuckers, those pieces of shits, they knew this fact and yet they teased us. How did they tease us? Well, the thing is, when you spawn in the map, you have an elevator. Now, elevators is the whole shtick of the map. Take elevators to go to different floors. Simple as that, right? You take the first elevator that's right beside you in the spawn room, you take it and you go down, and you access the part of the map that has the power switch and whatever. Everything's normal, everything's fine, but if you go back and you look at this footage, frame by frame in slow motion, you will notice that the PhD perk is right fucking there. Treyarch, the pieces of shits, they're teasing us, they're blue balling us. I'm telling you, those sadist motherfuckers, they don't give a shit about our feelings. They just... Oh man, dude. Pisses me off. It pisses me off so much to see this. You know how much that pisses me off. Now, I said before, I don't like PhD Flopper. I'm gonna be real with that. I don't like it, but this is the only map where I would actually like it. Why? Because it's essential. It's literally essential. It's the only thing that makes this map make sense for it to exist, if you catch my drift here. I think this video perfectly explains Treyarch's feelings whenever we ask for PhD Flopper after Black Ops 1. If you think you can't get PhD Flopper without kissing my cock, you are dead wrong. It got insane blowback. After Transit, this was even worse. You know, if you have a map that's worse than Transit, you've just outdone yourself. And you know, it might be in a negative way that you've outdone yourself, but it's amusing, really. But remember Hideo Kojima? Well, he comes to save the whole fucking franchise. DLC 2, Mob the Dead. Mob of the Dead is just what I have to say to get goosebumps. Mob of the Dead is so iconic that people who have never even heard of zombies probably heard about this map. That's how iconic this is. And you know, I said I'm not going to get into the story of COD Zombies because there are a billion videos on the story that would probably explain it way better than I would. So still, regarding that, I'm going to get into the story of Mob of the Dead just to highlight what makes British Hideo Kojima so ambitious, so unique, and so creative. And what makes Mob of the Dead the perfect zombies map ever. Now, Mob of the Dead, it takes place in the Alcatraz prison, alright? It takes place in the 1930s. It is, by the book, a recreation of the actual prison. It gets its facts right, let me tell you that. It's really accurate, it's really detailed, and they did wonders in terms of level design. They had actual people go over there to the actual prison in real life, and they had to study it and everything. Shit's cool. Let me tell you that, man. Let me tell you how cool that is. You know, I'd be chilling with my girl and she'd be dropping hints, but all I'd be talking about is how Mob of the Dead is so cool, on how it's so detailed, and the fact that they got their facts right. You know, that's what you'll be catching me with. You play as 4 real-life gangsters. I'm pretty sure they're based off of real-life characters. I'm gonna look this up, actually. Sal DeLuca, real life. Pretty sure he's real. Come on. Yeah, he's real. You play as 4 gangsters, right? Sal DeLuca, Michael Finn O'Leary, Billy Handsome, and Al Arlington. That's all you need to know. 4 gangsters. They done terrible shit, as you would have to do to get fucking locked up in the Alcatraz prison to begin with. While in Alcatraz, Billy and the other 2 gangsters were talked into an escape plan by Al Arlington. The plan was that they build a plane from scratch on the roof of the Alcatraz prison and they fly off. Now, again, you know, talk about an ambitious plan, you know, make a plane from nothing on the roof of Alcatraz, you know. Gotta respect the ambition, man. I don't know what to say. Obviously, the plan did not work out, and the gangsters, they blamed Al for the plan's failure. So what they did was the 3 gangsters, they lured Al onto the roof where they killed him. Now for the murder of Al, Billy and the other two mobsters, they were sentenced to death by electric chair. Now with no memory of the escape plan's failure and the murder of Al, the three gangsters, Billy, Sal, and Finn, they woke in Alcatraz again and once again attempted to escape. Now before they could even make it out of the cell block, zombies attacked them, killing Al and Finn. Billy and Sal, they tried to work together and survive, but Billy was fucking slow, man, just like my mental speed. And Sal cucks him by locking him in a cell block to distract the zombies. Billy gets killed, and he's taken into the afterlife, where he revives himself, and he teams up with the other three once again to attempt Al's escape plan.
Fuck. Where am I? What's going on? Sal? Finn? You here? Plan. We had a plan. Gotta find the parts, gotta get out of here.
But this time, it's not just Alcatraz, it's Alcatraz in hell, inhabited entirely by zombies. They believe that they're in hell. Billy especially believes that this is his personal hell where he has to repent for his sins, for what he did in his past life. Again, they have no memory of what happened beforehand. They don't have a clue of how they killed Al on the roof. They don't have a clue of what happened afterwards. They don't have a clue of how they were sentenced to death. Now, Billy and the three, they learn about their failure to escape the prison, and they learn about how they killed Al in the real world. Now, after learning this, they set out to kill him again. They still blame him for all that's happened. Now, whether they kill him or not, that's up to you, the player. Now, in the map, you can actually build a plane and fly it. But once you do fly it, you end up crashing into the Golden Gate Bridge, where you somehow survive a 50-kilometer fall. Again, zombies has no room for realism, alright? Just leave that part out. And the only way to get off the bridge is by killing yourselves using the electric chair. Now it's at this point where you, the player, realizes that you're stuck in a cycle. You're gonna keep building the plane, you're gonna keep flying and crashing into the bridge, and you're gonna keep killing yourselves over and over again. That's the definition of insanity.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Now you can decide whether to break the cycle once and for all, or to continue the cycle. You can follow steps in-game to kill Al eventually, in which the cycle ends up continuing. The same events keep repeating exactly the same way as before, with them having no memory of what happened. Or you can kill the three mobsters using Al, so the player who controls Al can lure the other three gangsters onto the roof and kill them instead. And if he does that, if the player who controls Al does that, then the cycle ends up being broken. And that's the canonical ending, that's the good ending, I guess. Al at that point turns into a bird, a ghost bird that roams around the island, and this bird part, it's only relevant in Blood of the Dead. The remake of this map, that map was not good, just saying. This is the story of one map in a side game mode, then by God is it unique. Best part is that this is not even the main story of Zombies, this is just a side map, this is just a side story. Every now and then they do maps that have celebrity actors in them, and this was one of those maps. And usually what happens is that those maps are standalone maps, they're not part of the main storyline with the four main characters, Richthofen, and Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo. This is just a side thing. It's not even the main story, and it's this creative. My God, British Hideo Kojima, you have done it again. You have won my heart. Now, the fan reception of this was insane. Again, the map itself, it brought about a lot of new innovations that would be used again multiple times over in the future, but this was the first time. You have the afterlife mode. You don't have the power switch where you just turn it on and everything powers up. No, you have the afterlife mode, which you kill yourself to enter, and you can power up switches for each and every single individual machine, and it's not as annoying as it sounds, really. The only annoying part about the map is that every time you gotta pack a punch, you gotta build a plane from scratch using parts found on the map. Now again, this is cool the first time you do it, but the more and more you do it, the more tired you grow of it. This is a legit concern in the community. Many people generally love the map. I consider it the perfect Zombies map ever. Now, Mob of the Dead is the perfect map, not due to what makes it actually tick, the innovations and whatnot. It makes sense. It's the perfect Zombies map because it fits in. Now, why is Mob of the Dead the perfect map and not Origins, while Origins actually has more depth to it as a map? Well, Mob of the Dead actually feels and looks like a zombies map. It's creepy as fuck. The writings on the walls and shit, the character quotes and everything, it catches you. Now in Mob of the Dead, they also tease us with PhD Flopper. You go to the docks and you see Meal Kick and PhD Flopper, and PhD Flopper is just lying there. It's just chilling, you know, it's just vibing. When you watch someone playing the map and commentate over the gameplay, you're not gonna feel anything. But when you're alone in a room and you play zombies without any music on, and you pay attention to what's in front of you and what the characters are saying and everything like that, shit's gonna strike a chord in you. Let me tell you, as a man myself, shit got to me when I was recording footage, man. Shit, like, it doesn't scare you like a jump scare, but you know, it unsettles you, and Mob of the Dead achieves that feeling. But Mob of the Dead is literally a description of hell. So now the map that takes the title of being the scariest zombies map ever for me is Verrucht. But Mob of the Dead is very close to taking that title away from Verrucht. Now, again, this is subjective. You know, you may look at Mob of the Dead and think that it's child's play. But for me, take it from me, it feels like a zombies map. It has everything in it that makes it replayable. It has everything in it that makes it fun, and it's all around great. The only annoyance is the plain which, you know, it's kind of a hit and miss. It's not really a huge annoyance. You just pick up 6 parts whenever you have to travel, and it's no different from hitting 3 teleporters to go to Doris, but instead of doing it once, you do it every time you want to go. It's not that different, you know. Again, subjective. Activision saw the reception, and they saw Jimmy. They told him, hey, make one more map. And he did. Buried was the map that he made. Now, Buried, again, it's a hit and miss map. It's not bad. I actually love the map myself. Now, the thing with Buried is that people don't like it because it's too easy. That's the base explanation for why it's such a hit and miss in the community. Now, not everyone hates it. Hate is a strong word. Now, hate is what you do with Die Rise. Hate is what you do with Transit. It's not the same with Buried. It's a good map. It's a very casual map, though. You know, you got tons of casual maps that people like. You got Kino, you got Ascension, you got a lot of casual maps in the zombie saga, but this map is different because, first of all, it's the most casual map out there, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. It's more casual than Kino. It's very easy to survive and get into the high rounds in this map. Second of all, it doesn't really fit as a zombies map. When you see these visuals, it doesn't strike you that, hey, zombies are gonna be in here. This is a zombies map. It doesn't strike you with that at all. And it's not an Origins thing where, hey, everything's epic and you're in awe. You're fighting in the trenches of World War I. It's nothing like that. It's just, it's nice visually, but it's just not zombies. That's the best way I can explain it. If you play this map, you will not feel like you're playing zombies. It will not feel like a Treyarch map, but it will be fun. That's the base explanation on why it's such a hit and miss. The gimmick of this map is the ghosts, obviously. Now, the thing with the ghosts is that they're like zombies, but they come over to you, you know. Instead of hitting you and taking away your health, they take away your health and they also take away your money, just like my ex-wife. Now, they hit you and they take away 20% of your entire life earnings, okay? Wait, Leroy's not supposed to be here. I don't understand this. Wait, I have an idea. I have the booze. I have an idea. Oh no. Oh no. Will it actually work? Will I actually kill him? Will I actually? No. There are many gimmicks in this map. You got the barriers that you can't buy. You have to use Arthur or Leroy. It's Leroy. Let's be real, okay? It's Leroy. His name is Leroy. Whoever came up with the name Arthur is only busting our balls. It was probably like Mr. Raffle Waffles or his dad, Jason Blundell. I don't know who came up with the name Arthur. It's Leroy, and it will always be Leroy in my heart. You got this giant man. You got to use him to break the barriers. That's a gimmick right there. You got the chalk wall buys. Now, these wall buys, instead of having wall buys like normal, you know, you got to build the wall buys. You get points for doing so. again, it's too easy. You know, you build one wall by and you get 1,000 points. That's some cheap shit right there, man. I gotta tell you, man. You got the Haunted Mansion, something that's actually pretty fucking cool in my opinion. It does feel like zombies a little bit, and you hear the witches whispering and shit, you know, mumbling.
You will stay forever.
It's like, you should not be here. Well, I am, bitch. What you gonna do about it? You know, Lord forgive me, but a man's gotta go pack a punch. A man's gotta murder Leroy. In my opinion, the reason for why it even got hate at all is because we received this map directly after Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead came after 2 garbage maps. Again, it's subjective, but let's be real here, okay? Transit and Dire-Eyes do not compare with any other maps that came beforehand. But we got Mob of the Dead after these consecutive maps. Now going from Dire-Eyes to Mob of the Dead is like going from GoldenEye to Nier Automata on the PlayStation 4. It's a huge jump, both technically and visually and gameplay-ively, if you catch my drift. And the fact that we got buried after such a great map is probably what threw some people off. It did not have what made Mob of the Dead tick, first of all, yet it had all the basic zombies aspect that would make zombies zombies, and some other few gimmicks, like my man Jimmy always does. It was fun, it was cool, that's what matters in the end. It's a decent map, I would say. And then, British Hideo Kojima made another map, Origins. Now, this is not even zombies anymore, that's the thing. This is the amount of detail and depth in this map probably is more than some AAA games out there. Now, Origins, the amount of shit you can do in it is insane. I'm not even gonna get into the magnanimous story that this map has, because this map is the point where the zombie storyline became from very complex to insanely complex, because this is the point where multiverses start getting involved now. Fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Multiverses, dimensions, like I learned about this and I get it at one point. 1 month later, I'll forget about all of it. That's the problem with these kind of storylines. You know, MGS was one thing, Kingdom Hearts was another. This is a whole other level, dude. This, sorry, brother, but I ain't no Mr. Raffle Waffles. I ain't no Jason Blundell. Forgive me, Lord, but a man's just gotta get the ice staff before all the other boys do. A man's just gotta get the lightning bow. Now, you may come at me saying that I'm hypocritical for saying that, hey, you know, Buried does not feel like a zombies map. It doesn't strike you as one. While I talk so greatly about Origins, thing is, Origins just pumps you the fuck up. You got Avenged Sevenfold in the intro. You got these giant fucking robots that you can actually go into. Shit's insane, that's all I'm saying, brother. You got 4 staffs, okay, 4 wonder weapons that you can build from the ground up. So no more gambling on the mystery box using your child support money. No, you'll have to do the work yourself like a real man. Now you got 4 staffs. You got the ice staff, amazing. Fire staff, amazing. Lightning staff, fuck out of here. Wind staff, amazing. Now see, this is the thing. This isn't a gimmick. This will be a thing that will be used in multiple zombies maps from this map onwards. I'm gonna take a moment here on why I actually took double tap here and I didn't just let it be. Well, it's because they fixed double tap. See, they released a new perk called Double Tap 2.0 and they deleted the double tap 1.0 essentially. Why? Well, the problem with double tap was that, hey, it makes your fire rate way too fast and that's it. So basically you lose ammo faster because, hey, nobody has 100% accuracy.
Are you mad? If you are, I'm sorry.
Well, in Black Ops 2, they changed that. They introduced a new version of double tap, and what this new version did was that, hey, your fire rate is increased, sure, but your damage, the damage of your gun is also increased. So it's like a mini pack-a-punch, and it's pretty goddamn good now. The concept of building a wonder weapon from scratch, that's something new. And Origins is not what introduced this concept. Technically, Transit introduced it, but we don't talk about Transit. But Origins introduced multiple wonder weapons, or I should say elemental wonder weapons. This is the first map that introduced that concept. Now the best staff is obviously the ice staff. There's no doubt about it. If you say the wind staff's the best, you know, I'll show you the door. You know, I would say that, hey, there's the door, but now I'm gonna walk you there. I'm gonna walk you out of my fucking house. Do not come at me saying that the wind staff is better than the ice staff, or I will, as I said before, I won't report you to the Twitch staff, I will report you to the YouTube staff. What does the YouTube staff do that the Twitch staff don't? They do nothing. That's the bottom line, dude. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you know, there you go. They do nothing. So it was insane. The fan reception, it was insane. And this was the first time in which if you complete the Easter egg quest, the main storyline quest, you get a cutscene. How cool is that? A 3D animated cutscene. That's insane, bro. Get used to the 3D aspect of this. It's gonna cause a huge shit show in the future. Just you wait. Now, after such a long amount of time, Black Ops 3 finally rolled around. The whole point of Black Ops 3 was that it focused on the story. It did not focus on any other aspect more than the story. Now, the people that I know in real life that play zombies, the people that played Black Ops 1 and 2, they mostly cared about the gameplay more than anything else. But the people that I know that played Black Ops 3 and mainly loved Black Ops 3 out of all the other Black Ops games, they cared mainly about the story. And that anecdote is backed up by the fact that Black Ops 3 focuses on the story more than any other zombies game that has ever been released before this point. So you might end up thinking that, hey, they focused on the story this time and not the gameplay aspect. So if they focused on one piece of the puzzle, the other pieces will be left alone in the dark. And the other aspects of what makes zombies would not be as good as the story. Well, you'd be thinking wrong, because there's just something about Black Ops 3 Zombies that's not there in any other zombies game to date. I cannot explain it to you. There's some magic that Treyarch has done in this game. I can't explain it. Maybe it's the AI, maybe it's... I don't know what it is. But there's something that the developers have done in this game that's not there in any other zombies game ever. Believe me when I say that Black Ops 3 is the definitive zombies experience. No other zombies game can top this game right here. The fact that this game focuses mainly on the story more than anything else is part of the reason why I'm gonna keep this part of the video short and simple, because as I said, I'm not gonna get into the story more than just gliding over the surface of it. There's so many people out there that would explain the story better than I ever would. Now, Shadows of Evil is like the son of Mob of the Dead and Origins. Now, you think that that's a good thing, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, when this map released, people thought that this was a shitty map, but now they consider it a masterpiece, and I don't blame them. It's a really good map. But for it to be the on-disc map for Black Ops 3, I don't know. I feel like this should have been a DLC map instead of an on-disc map. See, the thing with Black Ops 2 was you got Transit, Complex map as the on-disc map, but you also had Town to hold you over. Town was a keener replacement for Black Ops 2, but for Black Ops 3 you only have Shadows of Evil and that's it. You have the Giant, sure, but that's a $5 DLC, which I'm pretty sure not a lot of people bought when Black Ops 3 came around at launch. So the only thing people had to hold themselves over was Shadows of Evil. Now, I thought this map was utter fucking garbage when it came out, but now I think that, hey, it's not that bad. And so does the rest of the community. See, that's the thing with the community. They like one thing one day and then the next day they'll fucking hate it. It's hard to explain, but it's basically just like my ex-wife. She loves me one day and she hates me the next. Like, what kind of shit is that, huh? You start this map up and the first thing you'll notice is a pedestal with purple fire coming out of it. Now, this pedestal grants you a mode called the Beast Mode, and this Beast Mode makes you a tentacle monster. Now hold that thought, bucko. Don't be getting any ideas. I know what it sounds like, tentacle monsters. Don't be thinking that shit. Don't be thinking what I be thinking, alright? Shut the fuck up. Keep that shit out of your mind. Now, this tentacle monster, you'll notice that, hey, this is a direct reskin of the Afterlife mode from Black Ops 2, because it literally is the Afterlife mode from Black Ops 2, just reskinned. You can use it to power shit up in the map, You don't have a power switch, you got individual switches for each machine that you gotta use the electricity that the beast mode gives you. But you can also acquire parts on the map that you need for pack-a-punch using the beast mode. And you gotta knock shit over using the beast mode, you gotta open shit up using the beast mode, and you gotta go back to being a human and pick those parts up. And you gotta use each and every single one of these parts to do rituals in which you fucking sacrifice a soul to Satan. And once you do this 4 times over, you gotta do a final 5th ritual in which you pledge your allegiance and your soul to Satan. And after that, he gives you the pack-a-punch. Now, goddamn if that isn't a mouthful to explain. Now, the first time you do this, it is too much. It is too tedious. You hate doing it. But once you get the hang of it, you know, do this 1 or 2 times, and there you go. You'll be set for life. You won't have a problem with this the 3rd time around. I can tell you this from experience. It's bad the first time around, but once you got it, you can do this shit instantly in 1 fucking round. It's not that hard. It's not that tedious once you get the hang of it. That's what ultimately matters. And this is backed up by the fact that people hated the map when it came out, but now they love it. Simply put, they goddamn love it. You got wall running that's imported directly from the multiplayer mode. Again, don't ask me. Fucking hell, I don't even know myself. Instead of a dogs round, you have a parasite round. Now correct me if I'm wrong, nothing's coming to my mind right now, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first flying zombie that we can fight in the history of COD Zombies. Now correct me if I'm wrong. Hell, my brain's as slow as a fucking snail. Let me tell you that nothing's coming to mind right now. Now these flying monsters, they're literally bees that piss on you now. And I gotta give credit to Trek, you know, they come up with such insane shit sometimes I can't even. But hey, that's not all. The second time you get a dog's round, you don't get bees, you don't get parasites, you get meatballs. That's literally what they're called, meatballs. Now I don't know much, but I know enough to know that that's not what a fucking meatball looks like. I don't know what the employees over at Cherk are eating, but hey, you know, man's gotta eat, you know, whatever he can find, you know. The 3rd time you get a dog's round, you gotta fight bees and meatballs at the same time. Now these enemies, both of them, they have a chance of dropping a part called the Xenomatter. The Xenomatter, along with 2 other parts that you find on the map, can give you the ability to build a wonder weapon called the Apothicon Servant. This weapon is literally the Gersh device in weapon form, and essentially you had the Gersh device, a secondary lethal weapon that you can throw that spawns a black hole that sucks zombies and it kills them. Imagine that, but it's a weapon. And there you go, that's the Apothicon Servant right there. This weapon is a ticket to getting around 100. Now in Shadows of Evil, you have the Margwa, the mini boss of the map. Now this guy he's a tentacle monster as well, and of course that fact laid the foundation for so many memes that involve tentacles going into places that they don't really belong. But hey, you know, let's just put that shit right the fuck aside. There's a lot of shit on the map, but it's not as complicated as Origins, I would say. Honestly, I love the look and atmosphere of the map. It doesn't look like a zombies map at all. It's not creepy. It just is what it is. That's
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now, in terms of innovation in Black Ops 3, I told you before, the era of innovation finished, truly finished, by the time that the DLC season for World at War was over. There wasn't much true innovation ever since, and there never will be, let me tell you that. But the innovation in Black Ops 3 does not come in the form of innovations in maps. It comes in the form of innovation to the whole gameplay itself, outside the map. See, you got Gobblegums, that's the first thing I can think of. That truly changes the whole goddamn feel and gameplay loop of zombies in Black Ops 3. What is a Gobblegum? It's basically a mini Perca-Cola. I cannot explain to you exactly what it is, but basically microtransactions, that's all you need to know. There's a lot of them, there's a shit ton of them, and they added more with each DLC. Because the thing is, there's only one new perk in Black Ops 3. The whole fucking game, they only gave us one goddamn perk. And that was in the first map, Shadows of Evil, called the Widow's Wine. The Widow's Wine, you take a hit from the zombie, it traps him in web. The whole thing is spider themed. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. It's not bad. It's not a bad perk by all means, but it's literally the only thing that they gave us. One of the funniest things ever, the whole DLC season for Black Ops 2 was that every time a map would drop, the YouTubers, the streamers, they'd open the map up and pop a perkaholic to see, hey, did they add a new perk? And each and every single time, the answer would be no.
There it is, the perkaholic.
Pop it. I'm not looking.
That's it, dude. There's no new perk.
No, dude.
Dang, I'm surprised, man. I really am surprised about that. Alright, we got that perkaholic hype at least, but Lex is so dead.
What's a perkaholic, you say? Well, imagine eating gum in Zombies, and the moment that you do so, it gives you all the fucking perks that's ever been conceived in the history of zombies at a single finger snap's notice. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but man, that's some cheap shit. Like, I ain't complaining, but... You got Slaughter Slide, the replacement for PhD. That's what they fucking gave us. It's like you slide into a zombie and the zombie blows up. Like, that's not PhD, bro. No one liked it. I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad that they fucking got up on their ass and said, hey, we don't want the explosion part anymore. We want immunity to fall damage. We want immunity to explosion damage. That's what they wanted, and they didn't get exactly that. They just got the explosion part of PhD, and people didn't really like that, but fucking hell, they forgot about it like one day after release, so I don't know, man. You get liquid duinium for buying shit in the map, and these liquid duiniums, they can give you a chance to get these gobblegums. Now, at most, you will only get 3 to 4 liquid duinium per map. That is if you survive till a high round, because these diviniums are rare, okay? The only other option is to buy the divinium with your hard-earned real-life money. Fuck out of here with that shit. You have these YouTubers doing 99999 liquid duinium opening, like, fuck out of here. The only winner here is not us. It's not the streamers that got these perkaholics. The true winner is Activision, because they fucking successfully monetized zombies. Now, one of the things that I hate about zombies is that you start up Shadows, right? And the first thing that you get is a sex scene. Now, I don't know, man. When I'm playing zombies on the family TV, I don't need that shit on my TV, alright? This is Zombies.
Hey, you.
What's this? Hey, you. Shut up. Hey, no one needs to hear that shit. Now you have the Giant, which is just a remake of Deriz. Not a remake, a remaster, technically. It just looks prettier. Hell, it is pretty. They did a really good job doing the remaster, except that it's a $5 DLC for an old map. Now, unlike Zombies Chronicles, which I'll get to later, it's not really something that feels different, if I'm being honest. It feels like the exact same map, the exact same simplistic map, nothing added into it much aside from gobblegums. It does not feel like it's worth $5. That's my honest opinion. It just looks pretty. That's about it, really. Now you have Dreisendrach, the first DLC map for Black Ops 3. Now this map is considered one of the greats because it balances simplicity and complexity so well that it's honestly pretty fucking impressive. To this day, 4 or almost 5 years after it's been released, I can still play this map and still have fun. That's rare, bro. The replayability in this map is insane, and they mix simplicity and complexity so well that it doesn't feel like a chore to get everything done in this map. It's fun. It's a really good map. You got Wonder Spheres. You spend 500 points, you can launch yourself up into the air and survive a 1 billion kilometer fall with a shit ton of momentum. Again, don't ask me, I don't even know myself. You got low gravity. Thank God it's not for the whole map. It's just in one goddamn room. You got wall running along with that. Again, I don't know myself, alright? Now the first thing that you'll notice is that they brought back the dogs from Mob of the Dead, but instead of dogs themselves, you got dragons. Now Mob of the Dead, you feed 6 zombies to each of the 3 dogs, and you can get the Hell's Retriever, a tomahawk that you can use as a replacement for the monkey bomb. You feed 6 zombies to each of the 3 dragons, and you get a bow, the wonder weapon for this map. Now this bow, Wrath of the Ancients, having archery and zombies, that's some fucking cool shit, bro. I don't know what to tell you, dude. But I got my vote there, buddy. Now you can upgrade this bow into one of 4 variants. Now you got the elemental shit from Origins back up in this bitch. You got the lightning bow, great. You got the fire bow, great. You got the void bow, great. You got the ghost wolf bow, great. Thought I was gonna do that gag again, right? Well, you thought right, because the void bow can fuck right out of here. Now see, it's funny because the lightning bow is some overpowered shit. It's like the ice bow times 10. It's insane what this bow can do, and there's so much ammo for it that when combined with alchemical, a algorithm that gives you a bullet for every 10 points earned. You got infinite ammo, a huge ammo stock or supply, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's insane, it's overpowered. Let me tell you that much. You got the wolf bow, mini thunder gun, all you need to know. You got the void bow, doesn't do jack shit. And you got the firebow. Where's the tutorial, by the way? Firebow is literally the fire staff from Origins. There's nothing much more to it than that. Now it's funny because everybody wants the lightning bow. Nobody wants any of the other bows. Now in this map, the Panzer Soldat makes a return. In Origins, you have one of the best mini-boss zombies that's ever been conceived. The Panzer Soldat. Whenever he comes, he has this weird-ass electronic siren that alerts you to his presence. Creepy shit, honestly. Like, whenever I hear this fucking siren, I panic, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Even if I have all the good wonder weapons in the map, I panic, dude. And this guy is basically a zombie in a tank armor. That's all you really need to know. And in DE, he makes a return, but it's not just a copy-paste. He does different shit in the map. His offense is better in DE than it was in Origins. Again, that's just my opinion. It's just his electric attack, the shit that he throws that falls to the floor, is basically traps that he lays down for you. And if you touch these traps, you get stunned. Shit's bad, bro. Shit's bad. I don't know what to tell you. He has his flamethrower as well, and he melees you when he gets close to you. It's some stupid shit, not gonna lie. It's some dope shit, but stupid nonetheless. Now you got the cast for zombies now. The thing is, this is one of the things that makes zombies unique. It plays 4 specific characters. Now these characters, they're literally stereotypical characters from 4 different countries. You got the stereotypical Japanese, Takeo Masaki. Cares about honor, cares about all that serious shit.
We have Tom Kane.
Hi. We got the stereotypical American, Tank Dempsey. Patriotic as fucking, always says oorah after every 2 goddamn nanoseconds.
We have Steve Blum.
Oorah! Oorah and your fucking mom, bro. I got the stereotypical Russian.
And Fred Tatasciore.
Hey, what is my vodka?
So, if it wasn't already clear,
a communist and a drunk. Now this character is my favorite because he has like 1 billion ex-wives.
First it takes my money, then it disappears. Just like my 4th wife. I used this to kill a bear once. She was my first wife. Deadly, like my 3rd wife, 4th... Well, one of my wives. They're all dangerous in their own way. I have black hole. Like my 3rd wife. We won't talk about that.
Finally, you have the stereotypical German.
we have Nolan North.
Hello.
A Nazi. That's all you really need to know, to be honest. Now the thing is, all 4 of these characters, they're insane, okay? They're literally psychotic. But now, of course, there's a story involving all of them. Not gonna get into that, but the base thing here is that these 4 characters, they're gonna make you laugh, okay? Now, in Black Ops 1, these 4 characters were insane and they were funny. That's all you really need to know. Right when Jason Blundell got involved, in Origins, you had 4 new versions of these characters called The Premise. The 4 insane versions of the characters are called Ultimus. While the Premise, they're not insane. Again, story shit, I won't get involved there, but they made 4 insane characters just meant to be funny into 4 relatable and really thoughtful characters that have great personalities and in-depth backstories. Now, the fact that they did that is funny, yet cool in a way. They're not insane anymore, that's all you really need to know. They went from haha, I killed zombie gun go brrr to what is life? Life is pain. My wife is dead. Humans are extinct. This is our hell. But the great thing is that Ultimus does make a return in Black Ops 4. I'll get to that later. You also have Victus, the replacement for Ultimus in Black Ops 2 before Origins. These 4 characters, I hated them when they came around, but they're okay. I really only like Rustman, honestly. Got Abigail, Misty. You already know what people are going to be focusing on just by this picture alone. They don't give a shit about the characters, let's be real here. They just care about one thing. Well, 2 things if we're being specific. And finally, you have 4 celebrity casts. Now, I've said before that every now and then they do standalone maps with celebrity actors in them. The first one was Call the Dead, which had, you have Buffy the Vampire Slayer playing Sarah Michelle Gellar. You have Freddy Krueger playing Robert Englund. You got Machete playing Danny Trejo. You got Merle Dixon playing Michael Rooker. The second time around, you have Mob the Dead with Mr. Chaz, Mr. Joe, Michael Madsen, and Ray Liotta. Now, this cast is one of my favorite goddamn casts ever to be seen because they're so perfect for this map. Holy shit, such a hard-hitting cast that they have here. The third time around, they had Shadows of Evil on this map for Black Ops 3. You got Jeff Goldblum, you got Heather Graham, you got Neil McDonough, and finally you got Ron Perlman. And finally, in Black Ops 4, you have Dead of the Night with a cast that truly pisses me off because they literally ruined it. They did not use them to their full potential at all. You have Kiefer Sutherland, you got Helena Bonham Carter, you got Brian Blessed, and fucking Charles Dance, fucking Tywin Lannister. How do you mess this up? Treyarch, how do you mess this up? How did they mess it up? I'll get to that later, lads. I'll get to that later. And I don't really want to. Let me make it clear. I don't like talking shit about Black Ops 4 because, well, I'll get to that later. See, now with Zetsubo Noshima, the second DLC map for Black Ops 3, this map is a funny map because it is the definition of Keems. Okay, now, first of all, I'm gonna make it clear, this map is not a bad map. People give it shit for being the way it is. I'm gonna get to why, but this map truly looks like a Zombies map if I've ever seen one. Now, when you spawn into this map, you immediately notice that it's a swamp. So obviously this fact is gonna make way for some good memes about Shrek and this map being his swamp. You know, the Zombies community was so hilarious back then. For fuck's sake, man. You got 4 skulls on the map. You can charge these 4 skulls up using pedestals found on the map to get a specialist weapon. What is a specialist weapon? Well, you hit L1 and you hit R1 at the same time and you get a third weapon in your hands. And this weapon goes away after a certain amount of time. It's like the Death Machine power-up except with extra steps. The Giant had the Annihilator from multiplayer, you know, Seraph's goddamn weapon. DE had the Ragnaroks, literally a reskin of the Gravity Spikes. This map has a Skull of Non-Stopway, not a reskin of anything. Now the Skull of Non-Stopway, this is some cool shit. You hit left click and you literally take the souls out from the zombies. How cool is that? You hit right click and they don't see you anymore. You become invisible to the zombie eye. How cool is that, lads? I gotta be real with you. When this map released, I literally didn't give it any thought, any attention whatsoever. But now, I went back and I actually like this map. I can't explain to you why that is, but I really like this map now. Now, of course, half of my viewers are gonna leave this fucking channel for good just because I said I like Zetsubo, but hear me out, okay? This map is different. It's true that this map has a lot of things in it that could be considered as doing chores. For example, to turn the power on, just to turn the power on, you have to water your neighbor's backyard. Now, let me show you this clip to explain what that statement actually even means.
Zetsubo Noshima is my favorite map. Are you kidding me, baby? No! Welcome to a zombies map that makes turning on the power just as difficult and time-consuming as getting the pack-a-punch on Shadows of Evil. Since what was turning on the power about watering your neighbor's backyard, killing 2 Shreks and a donkey, and unclogging spider shit in a sewer? Well, I'm pretty sure But have you guys been noticing how the same laborious tasks for power have been reused over and over again since Blundell started making zombies? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my...
It's a chore. Simply put, it's a chore to get even the power on. And to get the pack-a-punch on, you have to fucking do some stupid shit. I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's a chore. Simply put, it's a chore. Yet I like this map just because it looks like a creepy map, something that could be considered that, hey, this is a zombies map. Zombies are gonna be in here. You have the boss zombie of the map, the Thrasher. Now, obviously, with this map being in a swamp and all, people are gonna call him Shrek. You already know, man. Like, let's be real here. The community, this was 2016, okay? Don't get them wrong. You know, they were just doing what they knew at the time, so... fuck's sake. This boss zombie, you know, you have spores on the map, little orange shits found on the walls and shit. You come close to these spores or you knife them, you know, they're gonna release fucking gas. And if zombies breathe in this gas, they have a chance of turning into the Thrasher. This Thrasher can beat the fuck out of you, or he can literally eat you. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's some war shit right there. I don't like that shit at all, okay? Now, if you're into that shit, bro, as I said, 2020, you gotta respect the kinks of each and every single individual out there. But listen, man, this is something that I cannot respect, okay? I am sorry. As a brother, as a man, I am sorry, but hey, this shit cannot fly on my radar, bro. Simply put, it was a funny map. It was a huge miss and a small hit. People played it just to get the Easter egg quest done. And it is, by God, one of the most tedious Easter eggs out there. People call it easy. It is not. It's not. There's so much shit you have to do. I don't know, man. Kinda gets a little bit off track here and there. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The wonder weapon of this map is a KD4. It's a reskin of the Sliquifier from Die Rise. It's literally a reskin. I don't know how you can see it otherwise. Except you don't have the slipping capabilities of the fucking Sliquifier. Fuck that shit. I'm glad it's gone. Fell off of so many floors just because of that goddamn weapons capabilities, man. Ah! Stupid shit. See, in Zetsubo, you don't have a dog's round. You got a spider's round. Now, these spiders, let me tell you, there's some fucking freaky shit, alright? The transition from a zombie's round to a spider's round is insane. You have this web on your ass, and these spiders, they can like shit web on like machines and shit that you have to tear off to use. You'll be chilling 1 second and then you'll hear this sound behind you. You look behind you and you'll see this orange fucker sitting right there. Like, shit's insane, man. I love this so much. That's the thing. People hate this map, but it does have some cool shit in it. You can't deny that. Not to mention, there's a side boss that you can face. That's not the main boss that you fight for the Easter egg. No, this is side boss, and this is a giant fucking spider, okay? You need 1 billion bullets to kill it. And I forgot what it gives you, but it's probably some dumb shit, not gonna lie. Shit's cool. Shit's cool. All around, shit's cool. Yeah, the third DLC map for Black Ops 3, you have Garad Krovi. It is considered possibly the best zombies map ever. Now, wait, hold on a second. I said Mob of the Dead is the best zombies map ever. Well, I see the thing with Mob of the Dead and the thing with GK is that one brought about some new shit and one's just pure fun. It's that one's the best zombies map and the other is the best modern zombies map. That is, by God, the best way to explain it. Mob of the Dead, sure, it's a great map. It is a great map, but GK takes the prize for being the best modern zombies map. Now, as soon as you start GK, you have this intro. You have the 4 characters, you know, they're falling from the sky. You got Motorhead playing in the background. Shit's insane. You spawn in this map. First of all, you're in a destroyed version of Stalingrad, okay? The whole map is about Nikolai. Now, when you have Nikolai, shit's already insane, okay? It's fucking lit, bro. But when you have a map dedicated to my boy, Nikolai, okay? My boy alone. I don't know, man. You have my heart. You have me in chains. I'm gonna simp for that shit alone, man. Nikolai, I'd marry him if I could, but he kinda got like 20 ex-wives because he like fucking killed them all. So I don't know. I'm kinda afraid there. But when you have a cutscene that involves 2 fucking Nikolais together, you've won my heart. I'm in tears when I watch this cutscene. Do you know how hard this hits me, dude? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, the thing is, when you look up in the sky, you fucking notice a dragon just chilling over there, you know, fucking, it's just fine, you know, just vibing, except when he comes down to fucking breathe fire on your ass. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know, first time this happened, I shit myself. I'm gonna be real here, as a conversation to a man, as a man, I shit myself. I'm not even gonna lie there. So, yeah, you fucking set yourself on fire if you don't get out of there in time. And I didn't talk about the ray gun at all in Black Ops 2, but what Buried introduced was the ray gun Mark II, ray gun's bigger brother. It was better all around. Don't at me saying that Raygun Mark II is worse than Raygun Mark I, because let's be real here, it's better in all regards. And this map introduced Raygun Mark III. Now, they're kind of milking the Raygun series. I'm gonna be real here. What Activision did with the Raygun Mark III, I didn't really like, because, you know, they introduced microtransactions to the Raygun Mark III, and they kind of ruined the flow of it all. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. The Raygun Mark III. Imagine a ray gun and the Apothecon Servant together. Sounds insane, because it is. You press LT, you're gonna spawn a black hole. You press RT and you fucking shoot the ray gun. But hey, here's the kicker. You shoot the ray gun into the black hole and it becomes a bigger black hole. I don't know, man, you won my heart right there. Best map of all time, best weapon of all time. Now what this map did was that introduced the PPS Sesh. Now, they wanted the PPS Sesh, that's all it was really. They wanted the PPS Sesh and people thought that they weren't gonna get it, but when Zetsubo introduced the MP40, well, the HG40, will fucking call it whatever you want to call it. It's still MP40, bro. Come on. People thought there was a chance of them getting the PPS session. What map to introduce it in than a fucking Russian map, man? Come on. I remember staying up, and when the trailer dropped for this map and people were reacting to it live, from YouTubers and whatnot, when the PPS H was shown in the trailer, they fucking lost their shit, man. Like, look at this clip, man.
Oh my goodness!
All right, Dempsey. Once more for old.
Yeah! Drop, trap maybe?
Dempsey, once more for old time's sake. All right, Dempsey. Once more for old time's sake.
Some fucking Doctor Who's coming into the map as well. I saw the PPS. Oh! Okay. Let's just calm down, alright? Let's just... Okay, let's just calm down. Let's just calm down, alright? Let's just calm down, alright? Let's just calm... What the freak? Oh my god!
It was funny. It was nice seeing the PPS Etch return. It was, in reality, the PPS Etch in the map isn't all that great, but it's a fun weapon to use, and I'll give it credit for that. The boss zombie in the map is the Mangler. What does the Mangler do? Well, I'm gonna let this voice clip of JC saying something that I think is really important, in my opinion.
Fucking...
No.
Go without me, I don't
No. I need your help.
For what?
Dude, the Mangler's about to mangle you.
Yeah, that's all you really need to know, really. Instead of a dog show, you get a Valkyrie round. Imagine the parasites, but they're robots with tentacles. Again, you know, tentacles and all that shit. Fuck out of here. You know, get those thoughts out of your mind, bitch. Now, Nikolai also points this factoid out. Now,
Right, tentacles. Robotic tentacles, no less. Are they there just to make Russians uncomfortable?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Now see, to get to Pack-a-Punch in this map, you gotta order an Uber to get to the destination. Sounds cool, but in Soviet Russia, their Uber isn't a Honda Civic. It's a fucking dragon. You ride that bitch. Now see, you make the dragon your bitch. You're not his bitch. You're gonna make him your bitch. You're gonna ride that fucker and go to the Pack-a-Punch destination, which is a bunker. And there you go. Easy as that. You got Pack-a-Punch right then and there. Except that it's not all that easy. Before you do that, before you call the Russian Uber, you have to call 3 Groth modules. Fuck that Groth module.
I'm summoning Groth module.
This game's for your retarded. Can you imagine? Can you imagine like some kid who's never played zombies before in his life? And he's just like, what the freak's a Groth module?
What these Groth modules are is that, you know, they're like pods that fly, and you gotta defend them from zombies. It's not as hard as it sounds, honestly. You do this 3 times, and there you go. You can call the Russian Uber. Now, when you get to the bunker, you can also defend it from zombies and manglers and stuff, and Valkyries. That's some cool shit, honestly. I really like the defense mechanism and the defense lockdown thing that you can do in the bunker. The reward for doing this defense thing through and through is you get a Dragon Strike controller. Now, what this does is that you call this Dragon Strike in, and the dragon in the air, you know, it kind of helps you kill the zombies on the ground. It's literally a reskin of the G-Strike from Origins, which does the same thing, but it's not a dragon there. It's literally explosives from the blimps or some shit. I don't really even know where the explosions come from in Origins, but you know, that's that. Now, the map that ends Zombies and its story is Revelations, except that it did not fucking end the story. Now see, they sold this map as the end of the zombie storyline. They called it, hey, you know, this is the final map we're doing, and this is gonna be the end of the story, whether you like it or not. Now, of course, that was all bullshit because they did no such thing. This map released and it was meant to be a nostalgic piece. It wasn't anything new, it wasn't anything original, it was just major pieces of major maps that have been released beforehand. Pieces of them sewn together to form a larger map. Sounds cool in theory. Hell, it is cool in theory. People don't like this map because it's not original, but hey, you know, I said before, I like my nostalgia milked as much as I like having my titties milked. You got Kino over here, you got Shangri-La over here, you got Origins over here, you got DE for some reason over here, but complete with below grab and whatnot. You got a lot of shit in this map, and I like this map, honestly. But hey, unoriginal, you know, whatever. I don't really even care about originality that much to begin with, but it does not look like a Zombies map. I'm gonna be real with you. It looks like some insane shit. The setting and the look of the map is insane. It's literally in space with pieces of rock floating in the air. You have the blue sun when you look up into the sky. Shit's cool. The Easter egg quest for this map for the first time ever is some complete bullshit. Instead of doing some thoughtful shit in the map, meaningful shit, you literally get the monkey bomb replacement for this map. Little Arnie's introduced in Shadows of Evil, of course. You fucking get this shit and you throw it into the assholes of this giant Apotecon monster. Yeah, how do you do that? Well, you get to back punch in this map. You gotta do 4 generators essentially. It's like doing 4 of the generators from Origins, just reskinned this time. You do 4 of them and you get access to the Tesla rays. Now you go to this part of the map, Nocturne Toten, literally Nocturne Toten. You go to Nocturne Toten and you can trap the floating fucking Apotecon monster. It's literally the Apotecon servant, but you know, it's a fucking whole ass monster. You can trap him using the Tesla rays from DE and he's stuck there. You know, help me step bro, I'm stuck, all that shit bro. But your stepsis is stuck and you gotta go inside her. Yeah, you can go inside the Apotecon monster's stomach. It's fucking gross as shit, let me tell you that. You throw little Arnie's into the assholes of this monster and that's your Easter egg quest summarized right there. It's some dumb shit, let me tell you. People did not like it. The ending was short as fuck. It was literally, it was not that good of an ending, let me tell you that. Not as good as the actual ending for Black Ops Zombies, which I will get to later. The map didn't introduce anything new. The only new thing that this map actually introduces is probably the Apotecon Fury. That's the only thing coming to my mind right now. This little fucker right here, he's my sleep paralysis demon. The map's easy as hell. You got literally every single wonder weapon ever conceived in the history of zombies in the map. You got the Apotecon servant, you got Thunder Gun, you got every little goddamn thing. Let's be real, it's too easy, it's too overpowered, it's too unbalanced. But hey, the visual's cool, that's all you really ever need to know. Now what I'm saying is, they should have ended it right here. They should have ended it while Zombies was at its peak, when the community was at its peak, when everything was at its peak. But they kept going. They kept going into the dark side. Black Ops 4 Zombies. But we'll leave that aside for now. Now one of the biggest memes.
Origins is exactly what it says on the tin. We're going back to the very moment where the 4 heroes meet for the first time. Nikolai, Dempsey, Takeo, and of course, Richthofen. This is not for the faint-hearted. These characters are meeting surrounded by the horrors of fog rolling in.
That's where your combat experience is. I love
fog rolling in.
Origins takes place in
fog rolling in.
We pay homage to
fog rolling in.
Origins is one of my favorite maps of all time.
We have a larger scales of fog rolling in, further enhanced by dynamic fog rolling in. Our World War 1 has a thematic twist. The map features fog rolling in for the first time. Wow. We've introduced the fog rolling in. The map features 1,000-foot fog rolling in, striding across the landscape. It also provides hazards for the skilled player. This Zombies map really has to be seen to be believed.
The fans who've been with us for a very long time are really going to appreciate what this pack is about.
Fog rolling in.
Be available on August 27th, first on Xbox Live.
Oh, by the way, did I mention the giant fog rolling?
The whole decade of Zombies until this point was DLC 5. Now some kid went like, hey, what if we didn't have 4 DLCs but we had 5 DLCs instead? And people went, oh whoa. And through data mining, there did exist some clues that, hey, yeah, a 5th DLC does exist. Everyone on the sites, on the platforms, they all memed it to death. And it was funny as hell until it fucking became a reality. DLC 5, Zombies Chronicles. Now, when you have something as big as DLC 5, because DLC 5 is a huge thing. Now, when you have something as big as that, and when you're Treyarch or Activision, you think that you'd go to a large influencer to reveal it. If you're not revealing it yourself, if you're co-revealing it with someone, then you might as well go to someone big like Noah J, or Mr. Dog JD, or Mr. Waffle, anyone with a large following for that matter. You wouldn't think that they'd go to someone small Well, you think wrong, because they didn't go to a large influencer. They went to a student in Alabama with what, 70, 80k subscribers? They didn't go to a large influencer. They went to JC Backfire. And to this day, I love that they did that, because it's nice. It's really, really nice when they support someone like that. I love that Treyarch did something as humble as that, because this guy, he was a voice for the community at the time. He was small, but he was one of the more positive YouTubers. It's hard to explain, but at the time he was small still. For all things aside, when he said that he's gonna co-reveal a DLC by Treyarch after DLC 4 has already been revealed and released, people thought he was joking, because at the time, yeah, he did some trolling here and there. People thought he was trolling again, and they gave him a little bit of hate here and there. They said, hey man, not funny, like don't do that, come on. And you know, a lot of people find it funny until people find out that he was actually fucking telling the truth. Jason Blundell went over to his apartment in Alabama. I'm pretty sure it was a fucking dorm room, I don't even know. And he co-revealed Zombies Chronicles with Jason Blundell.
Come on. We need to talk.
And you're just here for no reason. You got some reason to be here, right? You got something.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of talk in the community.
There's been a lot of talk.
A lot of talk in the community. You know, and it's, you know, it's so hard sometimes to really think about, you know, what kind of topics to talk about when you kind of go and visit someone. So I think the most important thing to talk about would be
You're wearing that shirt the whole time.
So what we've done is a loving fan service piece by making 8 of the original maps, going back from World at War all the way through. Because one thing we realized was that a lot of our fans had kind of come in later, come in at like Black Ops 2 or even Black Ops 3. And so those kind of early storyline kind of concepts, those early maps that really kind of set down the foundation for Zombies, a lot of people hadn't experienced them, or they kind of experienced them in little bits and bobs at different places.
Or they've heard about the moon blowing up, but they never actually saw the moon, or
and
the Earth blowing up.
And here's the thing, like back in the day when those were coming out, the consoles are great at the time, but you know, compared to modern consoles, there's a whole world different. And so some of those ideas, because Zombies is very much about lighting and mood, that can only truly be executed now on modern hardware, because then you can really play with those ideas. You can play with lighting and so forth. So we've lovingly recreated and remastered 8 of the original maps.
Not 4.
Not 4.
Not 4. So the rumors are true. 8.
The rumors
you're going double.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
And the DLC was insane. It had 8 Zombies maps fully remade.
So, Nakdor and Totem.
Perfect. There you go. The classic.
Shangri-La.
The most beautiful map ever, probably. Like, that's gonna look insane.
Kino de Totem.
Oh my god, yes.
Moon.
Has to be in there.
Shinonuma.
Alright, there we go.
Ascension.
Ascension's gotta be that's where all the main Easter eggs started.
Vrooked.
That's my favorite out of the classic maps is Vrooked.
Origins.
Freaking Origins.
I did it.
So if Origins is coming back,
yeah,
does that mean the fog's also rolling back in?
The fog may be rolling back in. We got a bit of fog, yeah, volumetric, yeah. It's got a bit of next gen as well. To be honest, the majority of the development was me saying, how do we make this fog better?
Now people saw the DLC and they went like, hey, $30 for some old maps, what the fuck?
All the guys, you know, back at the studio, really kind of worked their tails off to kind of do it, because it's a Herculean feat. You know, when people say, these are reskins, I wish it was as simple as click reskin button, but everyone back at Trout worked very hard, very long to be able to kind of bring this all together and be faithful to what it originally was, while also re-realizing it for the new power of the console. So
now I'm not defending Activision's pricing or anything for that matter. I do not like Activision. I've said that, I've made that clear many times before. But take it from me, this $30 that you would spend on these maps, sure as hell, all around, fucking worth it. Because these maps are not just, hey, here's the same map but prettier. No, it was redone. When you play Moon on Black Ops 1 and Moon on Black Ops 3, they feel like completely different maps. They look like completely different maps. Everything's different. And if there's any good time to get into the storyline, it's now via this exact DLC. You wouldn't buy Black Ops 1 just to play the Black Ops 1 maps for the story. No, you'd buy Zombies Chronicles or Black Ops 3 if you're going for the story. The best part is, when they revealed the DLC, it was like a week from release. It was...
Because you're mentioning dates, it'd possibly be also important to know when it's going to be coming out.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I hadn't thought of that.
May 16th.
May 16th? Like this early?
First on PlayStation 4.
Oh my god. May 16th. Everybody was thinking June if something else was coming out.
Yeah. See, I do have some secrets left. I still have some things.
It was some good shit, man, let me tell you. Now, I've made it clear that the true peak for the community was the ZC era. The shit that the community has done during this era is insane. Now, of course, I've made it clear that Black Ops 3 focuses on the story more than anything else, and the amount of lore and ciphers and puzzles and shit that we're still discovering to this day in this game is insane. We had people like Mr. Ruff Waffles making hour-long videos on every goddamn concept that you could even think of. And the sad thing is, the community has been on a slow decline ever since this era. It has never returned to this state ever again. Again, maybe it's subject to change. Maybe Black Ops 5 will bring some changes that the community loves, and the community will revitalize and become what it once was. But I don't know, man. I'm over here hoping. I will try to make that a reality myself. But again, I ain't exactly a large influencer by any means. I just hope that the community comes together once again and fucking revitalizes. Just pull a phoenix up on the whole fucking community. Bring the whole goddamn community up to life with all the perks that they've had. Telling you, we will fucking get it again. We will get it again, lads. You know, one of the biggest things about zombies at this point, Zombies Chronicles, the era of Zombies Chronicles, was, to me, E4C, Easter eggs for charity. The larger influencers, they decided, hey, why don't we all team up? So you had 4 teams of 4 influencers each, 4 YouTubers each. So what they do is they complete every single Easter egg quest in Black Ops 3, from Shadows of Evil to Revelations, in order. And whoever does all of them in order the fastest, they win the contest. And the whole point of it was for charity. They had donations coming in left and right. They donated themselves. They did this twice. In 2016, they raised $106,000 for a children's hospital. E4C 2017 raised over $200,000. That is insane. That is how good the community was at the time. I'm glad I got to witness it, really. Imagine a euphoric community that truly enjoys the game that they're fans of. Imagine the most positive environment that truly does good in the world. Imagine a community that spawns fun for you, even if you're just a viewer, even if you're just a spectator. Imagine a community that spawns fun for you out of thin air and keeps doing that for years. For such a simple game, what do you think that people are gonna grow tired of it in the first year, maybe 2 years at the max? By this point, it's an 8-year-old storyline, and it's going hard, it's going fast, and it has never gone as hard as this. The sad thing is, it never will again. I'll get to that later. And it's not just a simple case of, hey, this community is good, they're fans of the game that they like, and that's it, you know, they're fun, they're positive. It's not just that, it's way more deep than that. Again, it's extremely hard to explain why exactly that is. I'm afraid I can't do it justice. If you've been a part of the community during this time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As someone who has been a part of the community during this time, I'm afraid that time I'll never get to experience again. The feelings that I had during those times, I'll never get to experience that ever again. Ever since Black Ops 4 Zombies has released, the community has died down significantly so. And the state that it's in now is in a state of limbo. People are going back to older content for a feeling of nostalgia. I'm guilty of this too. And on the surface that seems normal, but when you think about it, people are going back to said older content to try to experience the times that they had before. And this is for the people that, you know, have been a part of the community for a long time. Well, the community was never the same after 2017. Because when 2018 came around, Black Ops 4, it redid everything that made zombies zombies. They got rid of Perca-Colas, They got rid of literally every goddamn thing. They changed so many mechanics, and they didn't do it in a good way. Okay, what they came up with, it was not good. Instead of Perk-a-Colas, you have 4 machines that you can assign perks to, and you got 1 billion perks that you can assign. What was the reasoning for this? Well, Jason Blundell said, hey, Juggernaut, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, these 3 are crutch perks. When you spawn into zombies, you're gonna be getting Quick Revive. Okay, there's no, hey, should I get Quick Revive or not? You are going to get that perk. Same for Juggernaut. So these 2 perk slots are gonna be used up by these 2 perks specifically. So technically, you only have 2 extra perk slots, not 4. One of these 2 perk slots is probably gonna be filled with Speed Cola. The other is probably gonna be filled with Double Tap 2.0. So technically, the 4 slots that you have, they're useless. You don't get a choice on what to fill it with. So what they did was they completely deleted each and every single goddamn perk from zombies, and they came up with new ones that weren't too overpowered, that would not be considered crutch perks, and you could assign them to 4 machines found on the map. You know, if this sounds good in theory to you, let me tell you it isn't. It's just bad. It's just bad. Instead of Gobblegums, you have elixirs, which, while Gobblegums are overpowered, these elixirs, I don't even know the name of one. I've probably only used like 2 or 3 in my life playing Black Ops 4, and all of them were the classic ones that you don't get to buy. They're just there for you, wellable free. It's bad. It's not good. You have the biggest nitpick of them all, the HUD. This is funny because when you spawn into zombies, the first thing that you're going to be noticing is this Destiny 2 looking ass HUD. There's no zombies, it's just HUD. That's what they should rename the goddamn game mode 2 at this point. All you see here is GUI, alright? Shit's fucked. See, during the time of Black Ops 4, many people blamed the game itself for being the cause of the community's downfall. But coming from me, take it from me, I'm speaking from experience, I believe that the community is to blame as well. The people inside the own community, they spread a lot of negativity, I'm afraid to say, and this was the first for the community in a long time. This negativity, it was personal. Imagine you go from euphoria to disappointment, to utter disappointment, and in a gradual sense, people didn't just grow tired of zombies over a couple years time. No, they fell down hard.
Give you a little something extra.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Everything is possible. Nothing's impossible.
Get them right, coach. Get them right. Get them right, coach.
Towards the beginning of the game, you had people going like, hey, maybe they'll fix all the issues that this game has, all the bugs, all the non-finished aspects of the game. Maybe they'll fix it soon. But towards the DLC season, everyone knew deep down that, hey, this is what it's going to be like for the rest of the game cycle. That's when the hope diminished. That's when all that was left was negativity. You had people saying the game was dead when the first DLC wasn't even released yet. That's never a good sign when the majority does that.
I want there to be contentious topics. I want there to be, no, it's this, no, it's that. That's what keeps it alive. You know, I think sometimes people look at the zombie community and sometimes say, oh, look at the hate there. Oh, back in the old days, it was great. No, some of that stuff is the fuel which keeps it moving.
Absolutely.
You know, you guys are defending it or attacking it. That's all good. That's healthy debate. That's great, right?
That's conversation. I remember a little phrase in WWE of all places where they said, as long as there's noise and they're making noise, that's good.
Sure.
You don't want a silent crowd, they're not interested.
Right.
Black Ops 4 Zombies, hell, Black Ops 4 in general, is not a bad game. It's a rushed game. Activision, instead of seeing zombies for what it was, a game mode with a highly invested fan base, something that is rare for what it is, a side game mode, instead of seeing zombies for what it was, they went from giving it all the attention in the world to hopping on a trend. Battle Royale has been said 1,000 times over. They'd rather just pour all their funds into making Blackout than they do supporting multiplayer or zombies. It's been said, I won't say it again. They cut the main storyline, the campaign, which has been a staple for every single Call of Duty game before this point. They cut that just for a trendy Battle Royale game. I don't need to say anymore. Now, while Black Ops 3 Zombies is the definitive zombies experience, Black Ops 4 isn't anything close, but by all means, everything considered, it's not a bad zombies experience. It's just rushed. The whole game is just rushed. You can consider that bad, I don't blame you. We just need to see this game for what it is. We don't need to see it as, hey, this is a sequel to Black Ops 3. No, we don't need to see it as that. We need to see it for what it is. A rushed game. A game that could have been better, but just isn't.
One of the things we talk about when we do map and geo creation is the tempo of space, which sounds all kind of hippie and stuff, but what it basically means is, you know, what kind of speed, what interruptions are happening? Does it feel abrupt? What kind of elevation change am I doing? What kind of left turn, right turn, you know, choice decision, choice guilt? You know, if you give 3 views of like, this is a whole thing, you know, like, and you'll hear this in multiplayer map design when you talk about, you know, you don't want to give more than 2 to 3 options.
That's like where the 3-lane system.
The 3-lane system comes from, because if you put 4 in, then you feel like you missed out on something. And so when we look at spaces and you look at windows you can mantle through or paths you can go, there's this whole thing where we go through and go, at this point now, how many choices are you having? Okay, what are we doing with lighting? Are we now emphasizing the window? And then, you know, if we make the window orange and the corridor blue, you'll go for that, because humans naturally go for oranges over blues.
That's so crazy.
And then when we talk about lighting, we say, we're going to draw your eye this way. Well, we're going to make a sound over here to bring you that way. So we try and construct each kind of space, knowing the kind of visual language and structure that will influence you subliminally. And now you're running at full speed shooting zombies. Because you're going so fast, you're not thinking about it.
But it's subconscious.
So that's why we put that stuff in, because we know that you're not going to be thinking, but we can draw you in a certain angle.
So you're saying like Revelations, like you think you did, I think so too.
I was really happy with how we did the flow on that one. I think other maps we've played with symbology and kind of graphical design to sometimes better effect, but the flow and tempo of that I was really happy with. But yeah, in certain maps, if you look at color and lighting and you know, there's whole university courses on this stuff about what you can do with visuals and kind of foreground, midground, background elements and to play with people. There's other ones that I would say excelled in that more, but I really like Revelations for the kind of tempo you get moving through the space.
We had high hopes. We didn't have high hopes. We had insanely high hopes. So when we got a rushed game after Black Ops 3, yeah, you would guess that we'd be disappointed, but I still see hate on this game to this day, and I just don't think that it deserves that at all.
For kind of content creators, because we, you know, you might have missed this when you kind of came into the recording today, but I said that the guys in the studio are more excited about YouTubers turning up here than anything else. You know, you may be excited kind of coming to visit us.
Trust me.
Our guys are more excited the fact that you're here. And I've been stopped in the corridor, I can't tell you how many times, today and yesterday, and saying, did they like it? Did they like it? Because that's what they live for. They live for making product that you guys are excited and like. And that's what makes them get out of bed every day. So to have you here playing it, like I know when I walk out, you know, walk and get some food now, they're going to stop me and ask me, are they liking it? Are they enjoying it? How are they doing? Because that's what we're driven by. We're driven by the community enjoying stuff. And that's a hard road for me to navigate, because I have to also turn to the team and say, listen, they're going to have a bit of trouble with this stuff, but stick with it, guys, because they're going to stick with us. So
they're going to rage a little bit at Revelations.
They're going to rage a little bit now, right? But don't worry, that's that's not an indictment of work and so forth. That's part of the path that we have to go.
Now the first on this map is IX. You don't have the Prentice cast. You do not have the Ultimus cast. You don't even have the original storyline, the Ether storyline. A whole ass new storyline called the Chaos storyline, which is completely pointless, mind you, because they cancel it now. People did not give it a chance at first, and just when they started to give it a chance, it was announced that they weren't going to continue it, so there's literally no point. And the fact is, it was getting good towards the end of what they told us, but hey, it doesn't matter. They canceled it. The first map is IX, takes place in goddamn Roman Egypt or something. I don't even know. It's a cool map. Let me tell you, it's a cool map. It's a fun map. It does not look like a zombies map, but the amount of shit that you can do in this map, the amount of shit that's presented to you in this map is a lot. Right now, I'm getting that, hey, Jason Blundell did not direct this map. It was just some random lady from Treyarch. I don't know if that's true. I never even heard of that before until now. take it from me, this map is good. It's probably one of the only good maps in BO4. I'm not gonna get in depth into any of the maps from Black Ops 4, aside from what makes each map tick. What I am gonna be focusing on is the summary. See, the thing wrong with IX is that, hey, you got a cool Easter egg, right? But you can't fucking complete it. Now, this isn't a problem with IX, this is a problem with every map. See, the thing with Black Ops 4 was that, hey, you got blue screens, you got crashes.
Chat, listen, we are about to go into this boss fight.
I can't even.
This room that appears, you can use to stop him. You hear a zombie?
No, not right now.
I'm going to.
And there goes the game.
Come here.
Well, chat.
Where'd it go?
This game, I've said before, it's a rushed game. They did not have time to patch out all the bugs. The biggest bug of them all was crashing. Blue screen of death. It was the worst on PS4 out of all the other platforms. When you have an Easter egg that you can't complete because there are way too many effects on screen, shit's gonna be bad. People, they lost their flow. People looked at Black Ops 4 and they pissed on it just because that they couldn't even play it. And it didn't even matter, because even if you weren't doing the Easter egg, if you reached a high enough round where a lot of zombies are on screen or a lot of effects are on screen, yeah, you're gonna crash. You cannot play the game. It was bad, still probably is bad. They did improve it, but the chances of you crashing on round 50 or so, they're still there. So they didn't really patch everything out. They promised a side game mode called Factions, which never even came out. That's always a good sign. Promising something, that advertising something that's not even there, never will be. The IX Easter egg was cool. You fight zombie elephants. That's all I need to say. They can launch you into the air. They can fucking yeet your ass out of this dimension. The crashing was the only thing that made it a sour experience personally. And this is not even a personal thing. Crashing is literally what made it a sour experience for everyone involved. The second map on disc was Voyage of Despair, a by-the-book recreation of the Titanic ship. Again, cool, really cool map, except that no one likes it because it's way too tight and it's not fun, and the Easter egg is a bitch to complete, and it's just not a good map. My first impressions were, hey, this map is really cool. My last impression of this map was that I was fucking traumatized. So I don't know. The crashing definitely didn't make my life any easier with this map. The Easter egg, again, trust me when I say that it's a bitch to complete. The boss fight is a fucking impossible. That is, if you even reach the boss fight without crashing, you have to pray to both God and Satan that you don't crash, just for it to not crash. That's how bad it was. Map visually looks really cool. It does not look like a zombies map by any means, but it's very accurate and it's very pleasing aesthetically. The third disc on map was a remake, not a remaster, a remake of Mob of the Dead. I was hyped for this, everyone was hyped for this. Why? Because hey, the cast is premise, they're back. Except this map was a fucking disaster because the crashes were the worst on this map, believe me when I say. And crashes aside, even if this map worked perfectly fine, the map was utter garbage itself. It was the worst thing next to Transit and Die Rise, in my opinion. It's a garbage map. It did not play well at all. Even though it's a remake of Mob of the Dead, they did not do it any justice visually and gameplayably. So they messed up on their end. It's not good. It's not a good map. And the Easter egg is even more of a bitch to complete than Voyage. So there you go, I guess. There you goddamn go. The crashes, don't even let me begin. I keep saying the crashes on each and every single Zombies map that I'm talking about, because that's how much of an issue the crashes actually were. So let me just tell you, they were the worst on this very map. It doesn't even feel like you're playing a Mob of the Dead. It feels like you're playing some goddamn dollar store off-brand version of it. It doesn't even look like Mob of the Dead. It doesn't feel like Mob of the Dead. It's a bad map all around. Premise is there, fucking hooray, I guess. The Easter egg is, don't even get me started on the Easter egg. That fucking bird that you have to chase around, I walk outside and I hear a seagull fucking calling. I'm gonna get flashbacks, Vietnam flashbacks. to completing this Easter egg. I don't even want to get started. Trust me when I say that. Now the fourth on-disc map that you actually pay $5 for is a remake of 5. Now this map, I'm gonna give it the credit that it deserves. It's a good map. Decent at best, but I'd call it good just for the sake of it being one of the only 2 maps that I ever played at launch. IX and Classified. These 2 maps were the only maps that I actually even played, that I actually even touched at launch. Thing with this map is it's a remake, again, not a remaster, a remake. There's so many more areas added into the original map of 5. So much so that it's not even 5 anymore. It's a completely different map, let's be real here. Both visually and gameplayably, it's a different map. Same with Blood of the Dead, but the thing with Blood of the Dead was that it was too shitty. But Classified was decent. You teleport to Area 51 from Moon to pack a punch. Shit's cool.
No truck light, my guy. I mean, I'm looking.
How dare you attack me from the rear!
My only problem with it is that there's no Easter egg quest for this map. The Easter egg quest requires you to reach round 150. Yeah. Now, in theory, that sounds cool for high rounders, right? But the fact is, you can't even fucking reach round 30 without crashing. Okay, shit was bad then, it still is bad now, but so for you to reach round 150 to unlock an Easter egg cutscene involving Primus and Ultimus together, that shit you couldn't even get to, cause fucking you can't. You literally can't. It crashes before you even reach 1/3 the amount of rounds that you need to reach. Shit was bad, okay? And the worst part was, it was originally fucking round 200. They lowered it to round 150. The people that reached round 150, they were fucking glitching to get there. Because, hey, the only way you could even unlock the cutscene was to glitch, because you wouldn't get to 150 without crashing. So you had to use a cheap-ass method that didn't involve many effects on screen. Otherwise, it would crash. So there you go. It was a shit show on that part. In terms of the map itself, it was not a bad map. It was good. Now, you may have noticed, these are 4 maps at launch. This was the first Zombies game to ever have this many maps at launch. Now, it would be 4 maps on disc, but hey, you know, the 4th map is $5. So one of the biggest nitpicks for Black Ops 4 was that, hey, the maps that involve Primus, the 4 characters that we have grown up with, they're all remakes. And shit's debatable on my part because they're remakes. They're literally remakes. They're not remasters, they're remakes. Shit's practically different maps. That's debatable, that's arguable. Now the first DLC map rolled around, right? Dead of the Night, and this shit was a shit show. It was a shit show by the book. It's by the book a shit show, okay? When you have something as big as an Easter egg quest, now by this point, Easter egg hunting, Easter egg quests, they were huge, okay? Now when Treyarch, they invited influencers out to their office to try out the maps, to advertise and whatnot, they locked the Easter eggs off. Easter egg hunting was a huge deal. First in the worlds were a huge deal. If you completed an Easter egg quest and you were the first one to do so, shit was a huge deal. So with that being a fact, when you release a map to fucking Australia without even goddamn announcing that it's a thing and allowing them to complete the Easter egg quest first, or hunt for it anyway, shit's bad. Shit is bad. I cannot explain to you how much shit Treyarch got for doing this. They didn't even advertise it. They didn't even release a trailer until the day after it was goddamn released officially. They just up and went released the DLC, just dropped it like it was a modern Eminem album. No fucking advertising, no fucking marketing, and that's it. They allowed everyone to hunt for the DLC. Australia got to hunt for it first. It was bad. But that aside, this is without a doubt one of the worst maps, if not the worst map that I ever played in my life. It's up there with Transit and Die Rise, if I'm being honest. Visually, the map looks cool. It does not look like a Zombies map at all, but I'm gonna give it the credit that it deserves. It looks cool, but it does not play well. It's a Blood of the Dead situation, and one of the worst things that they did here was waste a really good cast. When you have Tywin Lannister, I said this so many times, you waste him. They wasted him. They didn't advertise him. They didn't do shit. They wasted a good cast. That shit does not fly on my radar, okay? You have the wolf mini boss zombie that you have to fucking kill every goddamn 2 rounds. It's bad. It's bad. And the final boss is also a goddamn wolf, if I remember correctly. I don't know, man. I don't know. This map was a huge disappointment all around. I don't think anyone liked the map. It's up there with Die Rise and Transit, as I've said before. And with the cast this good, they just let shit hit the fan, if I'm being real. Now the second DLC map rolls around, Ancient Evil. This map, I'm gonna give it the credit that it deserves. It's a great map. The Easter egg quest is one of the best quests that I've ever done in my life. The map plays so well. You fucking ride Pegasus to get to the Pack-a-Punch. Shit's insane. Now you got 4 wonder weapons, again, all of them kinda elemental again. You got the Hand of Sharon, cool. Hand of Uranus, cool. Hand of Hemera, cool. Hand of Gaia, cool. You thought I was gonna do that gag, right? Well, you'd be thinking wrong this time, because all of them are fucking all around great gloves. That's what they are. 4 gloves that you can use. Now they're literally the staffs again, but with the only exception being Hand of Gaia, which is kind of like an earth element. Hand of Hemera is the wind element, obviously. The Hand of Sharon is fire-based, and the Hand of Uranus is water-based. The Easter egg quest is fun. That's a rare sight in Black Ops 4. The whole map is fun, if I'm being real with you. It blends simplicity, complexity, not as good as DE, but it does blend it nicely. You got the Easter egg cutscene, which got JC really happy, because you can already guess why that is. All around, the map was good. I'm not going to get into why. I'm not going to get really in-depth on why that is, but the boss fight was also really innovative, and the whole shit was cool. And that was the last map for the Chaos storyline, because after this, they didn't return to Chaos, and they will never do that again. We could be proved wrong, but I don't think they will. They've said it themselves. That's the end for the Chaos storyline, and they left it on a cliffhanger. They didn't even fucking finish it, and it was just getting good. This map was when it started getting good. And yeah, they canceled that shit. It's just sad. Now the third DLC rolls around, Alpha Omega. Primus returns. Ultimus also returns. You got 8 playable characters in this map. The amount of dialogue that they had to do for this map, it was something like 15,000 plus lines or some insane shit like that. I don't know the exact number, but it was a huge number. You could play as both Ultimus and Primus in this map, and they finally returned. It was a remake of Nuketown Zombies. I didn't cover that at all, but in Black Ops 2, they took Nuketown for the multiplayer mode and they zombified it and sold it as it is. It's not a map, it's more of a challenge map than anything. I fucking despise that map with all my being, just putting that out there. Smith plays Upset. I ask why. He says it's fun. Again, man plays Fortnite now. I don't think we need to listen to him, but love you though. Love you, man. This time, they took the assets from Blackout, the Battle Royale mode, in which Nuketown is also present. They had bunkers for it done and everything, and they zombified that a little bit. And this map, while this doesn't look like a zombies map, it looks cool. It looks more cool than any of the other maps aside from Talk Your Tone, the last map that I'm gonna cover right now. It's a decent map. It's nothing more than that. It's a decent map. The Easter egg plays out decently, and the map looks cool. That map plays well. The wonder weapon of this map is the Reagan Mark II. 4 elements for it. They're really overdoing the elemental shit now. I'm gonna be real with you. Problem is, I don't even remember the elements for the Reagan Mark IIs in this map, because they're all fucking garbage this time, okay? Now, don't at me saying that one of them's good, or 2 of them are good. No, they're all shit. I don't even remember. So it's not memorable, so what's the fucking point of even covering it, right? Map was decent. There's nothing more to it than that. I didn't even get the story aspect of it. You had Cornelius Purnell, and you have Ted. Ted came back in this map, so this is why I don't call it a good map. See, this bitch ruins the whole map for me. This fucker right here, piece of shit. I'll piss on him right now. I'm gonna... The bunkers really reminded me of that zombies aspect that I always talk about. It reminded me of, hey, this looks like zombies now. It looked like a zombies map here, but you know, you go up top and it doesn't really look like a zombies map anymore. It's kind of a hit and miss on that aesthetic part, but visually speaking, yeah, it's a nice looking map. And when I say that the biggest nitpick for zombies in Black Ops 4, or one of the biggest nitpicks, is that, hey, all the maps we're getting that involve Primus are remakes. What the fuck happened to originality? Zombies got a cut in funding. Blundell got fired. You had all these controversies springing up, and yes, a lot of them ended up being right, and I do agree with some of them. I don't know what else there is to say, because shit was getting sad for me and everyone else in the community at this point, because we knew deep down that this would be what we'd be getting for the finale of the Zombies goddamn storyline. The 10-year-old storyline was not going to get enough attention and not enough budget because Activision would rather hop on a fucking trend, Battle Royale, that they'd actually try giving a 10-year-old storyline a chance for it to finish the way it deserves to. Shit was sad and we were sad. The other big nitpick was that, hey, the cutscene for this map, it's animated. What happened to 3D cutscenes? So this is why I said that Orish's cutscene would be, you better not get used to that shit, 3D aspect of it, because this time, it's not even a huge deal, okay? But everywhere I turn at the time, I'd see people saying that it's a PowerPoint presentation this, animated that, cutting funds this, lazy that, let's be real, it's not a huge deal. It is what it is. Obviously, it sucks, but what can we do about it, okay? At least they're doing something. And hell, the cutscenes, they don't look bad visually, so it's all good. It's not 3D, sure, I'd love 3D, we all would, but come on. Come on. Look at the game differently. It's a rushed game, what can you expect? Yes, they spent most of their budget on the Chaos storyline, which they fucking cancelled afterwards, so it was a whole pointless shit show. What can we do about it? It sucks, there's nothing much more to it. Yes, Samantha Max is back. I don't know, man, at this time, there were a lot of people that got very disappointed and ended up leaving the fucking community once and for all. Shit was sad. Zombies was at a huge downfall and decline in popularity, and lost a lot of people, and it lost a lot of people's respect even. Now, some people blame the devs. One thing that I always say is that never blame the devs in a situation like this. Like, what the fuck can they do? Blame the people in charge of the devs. Don't blame the devs themselves. They're doing their best, man. Come on. It's not their fucking fault. Zombies finally comes to a conclusion with Dr. Toten. Premise returns again, obviously. It's a remake of Call the Dead. Map is so fucking beautiful, but then again, you have that nitpick of it being a remake again. Shit was expected. I didn't even complain, honestly. It was a nice map. It was a decent map. That's all there is to it. It's a Call the Dead. This is the only remake that actually feels like Call the Dead. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but this map literally feels like Call the Dead.
Whose glasses are these?
A great man, Sammy. He shined a light in the darkest corners of our souls.
And it's more beautiful in my opinion, because Call of the Dead, it was fucking bland as fuck. It was only white and gray, and with a slight hint of blue in Black Ops 1, but Black Ops 4, shit's pink, shit's blue, shit's white, it's shit's everything you want to call it. Like, it's shit's colorful. You have that argument of it being way too colorful and childlike. I don't know, man. It doesn't look like a zombies map, sure, but hey, man, this is some beautiful shit if I've ever seen some. Not gonna get in depth at all, but the Easter quest for a finale, a map that ends the entire 10-year-old storyline. Easter quest for that. Let me tell you what the anticipation was. Let me tell you what the expectations were. See, the Easter egg cutscene for Alpha Omega showed this, the Great War. Now, I told you before that we fight two demigods, right? And they have their armies of their own. Avengers level shit, okay? You got Thanos on one side and you got the Avengers on the other side. But the thing is, both of them are Thanos, imagine that, right? You got armies of each side and shit. And this is supposed to be called the Great War, okay? So the anticipation was, you fight in this fucking scene right here in the final Easter egg quest, right? This will be the boss fight. That's the expectation. And what we got was an escort step as the final fucking step that ends the 10-year-old storyline. And this escort step is a fucking copy-paste from Garad Krovi. And it's not even the final step of Garad Krovi. It's just a fucking side step that you do for the main quest in Garad Krovi. And they copy-pasted that shit and they put it as the final goddamn step that you have to do to end this goddamn 10-year-old storyline. And then you get the cutscene. Again, it's animated. I don't have a problem with that. As I've said before, I actually really like the cutscene because it was really emotional with Sam and Eddie walking towards the light. Again, I'm not going to get into that at all. It just was a good cutscene, in my opinion. Not everyone liked it, but that's my explanation for it. It was an emotional cutscene. The basic conclusion of all of this is that people fucking pissed on zombies and they left literally the next second. They fucking headed out, alright? You had the zombies community. It became from this, right? This is the BO3 season, to this in the BO4 season, to fucking nothing in the Dr. Toten season, alright? People fucking left. People didn't give a fuck about zombies as a concept anymore because the way they explained it was that, hey, Cherek took zombies and they pissed on it and they fucking left it in the ground to rot. That's a very vivid explanation, sure, but that's the gist of it. And, they did not end it properly, but what else could they have done? Again, you're looking at the whole game wrong if you're thinking that way. Don't think of this as a successor to BO3. Think of this as a rushed game and nothing else, nothing more. I do agree that it's sad that they had to do this. I do agree that it's sad that fucking Activision budget, all that shit, Battle Royale. It's sad, but what can you do about it? You know, if you fucking piss on the game more, you're just not even letting it breathe anymore. Like, shit, man. I do not agree that Black Ops 4 is a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just not better than Black Ops 3. Hell, maybe it's the worst Black Ops game out there. Maybe it's the worst Zombies game out there. Even worse than World at War, which is as fucking bare bones as you can get, really. It's not the best, and it truly is not what Zombies deserves as a finale to itself. It is not all that. It is bad, sure, but because at times in the BO4 season, it was depressing. On one hand, you had people like myself, or the positive spokespersons like JC, we're trying to enjoy the game and just, we're just trying to put an end to the 10-year-old storyline, shit that we've grown up with. We're just trying to see the conclusion of it all. Then you had people everywhere, I mean everywhere, all around us going like, hey, HUD this, animated cutscene that, boss fight this, budget that, shit was sad. We tried to tune out all the negative talk. We just couldn't. In the end, we have fallen victim to that ourselves. Hell, I'm shitting on Black Ops 4 Zombies, but I'm saying now, do not look at it as a successor to Black Ops 3. Look at it as a rushed game and nothing more, nothing less. Shit's sad is what it is. The way I see it, I look at the ending and sure, that's what it all was going to be anyway, right? I don't look at the boss fight, I don't look at anything else. I just look at the ending. Sam and Eddie walking towards the light. I think that is what makes this whole thing bittersweet. That's the silver lining. Again, not everyone likes this cutscene. It just got to me personally. I don't know why. It's just a good ending in my opinion. They could have done more. They could have done more in making it climatic, but they couldn't. And that's that. There's shit sucks. What can you do about it? You have the ending cutscene, walking towards the light. Everything's cool. I look at that and I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with it per se regarding everything that led up to it, sure. But with the cutscene of them walking towards the light, with that in mind, I think that it's fine. It's just fine. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's just fine is what it is.
Treyarch has never been good with endings. The only ending that they've been good with is the Moon ending, which, god damn. Hell, even with Origins, you got Samantha and Eddie playing with some toys, and then Maxis, Samantha's dad, calls them into the basement. It's a very shortcut scene. It did not make any sense whatsoever, at least until Black Ops 3 came around. I don't know, man. They've never been good with endings. People that cared about zombies, they saw the ending and they left. They just left. They fucking got up and left. The thing is, they are slowly starting to come back, but in a very slow way. People are yearning for older content that resembles the content in the BO3 season, and I can attest to this because I've seen it happen before my very own eyes. People are yearning for nostalgic content, and I am guilty of this too. Older creators, they're starting to make content on zombies again, and that content is very similar to the content that they had made during the BO3 season. And even older creators aside, you have new creators like Tim Hansen, who people say that he resurrected the zombies community by himself. I don't really think that he deserves all the credit. I think the credit goes to everyone in the zombies community. It's a combined effort. And a part of me says that we will never return to a state that is similar to the state that the community was in during the BO3 season. The fact that Black Ops 5, Black Ops Cold War, whatever the fuck it's called, the fact that it hasn't even been revealed yet, I don't know, man, kind of giving off some unfinished vibes. But again, I ain't exactly sure what's going on behind the scenes. No one is sure, aside from the devs themselves. You got ZM_silver, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know, man. I don't know. The state of the zombies community right now is, I would say it's decent. They're revitalizing in a very slow way, but they're revitalizing, alright. We got newer people coming in, we have older people coming back, and the content creators, the ultra content creators, I've said before, they're making content that truly resembles the content that they had made in the BO3 season. And while some of them left zombies permanently, they're starting to slowly cover zombies again. And of course they would do that because Black Ops 5 is just around the corner, but I'm talking months ago. They started covering zombies months ago. before the reveal was even supposed to happen. You have older creators the likes of Mr. T. Lexify, Noah J, Smith Plays, you know, all of them. I'm talking all of them except, you know, Azura fucking. This makes me sad, man. Shit makes me sad, dude. I'm talking all of them are coming back, and even if it's not full time, even some of them, like Smith Plays, he still covers Fortnite, obviously, but again, he's covering zombies on the side with the Zombies retrospective series. Shit's cool, shit's nice, and of course, you know, a lot of the people that are coming back, they're solely reaction channels at the moment. I'm talking all of them. But I'm telling you that the content that they had made during the BO3 season and the content that they're making now is very similar. Take it from me. And the reason that this even matters is the content that we got in the BO4 season was content of people shitting on Black Ops 4. And regardless of what you say or think, a lot of people's opinions can and will be changed by things that they will be seeing online, on social media, or on YouTube, or on Twitch, doesn't matter. Their opinions can and will be changed by simple matters such as this. And when everything you see online is negative about this very game right here, you bet your ass that a lot of people's opinions is gonna be changed for the worse. You know, shit was negative at the time and it was sad as shit, but now we've seen some positive reimbursement. We've seen some true return to form. Again, that's just coming from me, that's just the way I see it. And again, this video is literally a video of me covering the journey that we, the Zombies community, have been on since the start. This is kind of a wake-up call because we have seen rise and we have seen fall. And I truly believe that we can see another rise happen before our very own eyes. Do I believe that said rise can be as good as the BO3 rise? No. Do I believe that it can nearly be as good? Yes, I truly believe that we can see another rise in the Black Ops 5 season that's nearly as good as Black Ops 3's rise. I truly believe that we can revitalize ourselves and we will like what Treyarch has to offer to the Zombies community. We will like what Treyarch brings to the table. There will be positive vibes going all around the circle, so to speak. While it won't be as good as the Black Ops 3 season, I believe that it will be enough. I believe that the true return to form that we need will be given to us. Thank you for listening to me ramble on and on for 2 fucking hours. But wait, after all of this, what even is it that makes Zombies unique? Well, it's obviously the space dog. I mean, see, in Black Ops 1, this YouTuber, this legend MC Sports Talk, this guy made a video on a fake Easter egg in the map Moon that when done would net you the result of a flying space dog on the outskirts of the map. But it wasn't real, it was just a parody, it didn't exist. The Easter egg didn't exist. But Treyarch, the absolute fucking legends in the remake of Moon, the Zombies Chronicles remake, they made the fake Easter egg real. You can actually do shit in the map to have the end result of a space dog flying at the outskirts of the map. He literally flies in an astronaut suit. I mean, look at this dog! Look at this dog! I mean, he literally wiped it. He literally chilling. I mean, look at his face, dude! My god, dude! My god!